Hello, TPP Universe. My name is Christopher Billings, and welcome to the Blood and Glory pre-show. The the countdown is on for Craig Hazard versus Extreme number 2. And I firmly believe that tonight will help solidify Craig Hazard's current reign as our TPP champion. And it goes without saying that there's plenty of individuals that could have the ability to hold the championship belt, but it takes a certain type of individual to carry it with pride and to be a champion that everyone can enjoy. Now we have two very special pre-show matches for you tonight. Before the actual Blood and Glory event, and I'm excited to get to call these. I think that you're excited as well. I mean, if you weren't excited, I don't think you'd be on the pre-show. So that's one of the reasons why I say that I think we're all excited in this situation. We get to see some really great competitors going out here doing the best that they can to do everything in their power to win their matches. And we're going to get into the first pre-show matchup here. It's featuring Michael Kelly and a young man named George Phillips. And first impressions on these two young men. I've talked to them a couple of times in the back. And they both recently signed developmental contracts. And I believe that Michael Kelly, he's got a great future ahead of him. He's still learning the ropes, but I believe firmly that he has a great future ahead of him. And I have no qualm at all with seeing Michael Kelly participating in any TPP environment. And I think that he's going to bring something interesting to the developmental scene here. Within our developmental program. The same for George Phillips. I believe that he's going to do something as well that's going to be very unique and interesting, and I think this is a good paired matchup tonight that TPP management has put together on this pre-show, giving both of these young men an opportunity to really get themselves out there. And you don't see that very often, but this pre-show, the crowd right now is very surreal. Even on the pre-show right now, as George Phillips is coming to the ring, I know the volume is turned down, but in my headset I can hear how loud the fans are, and they're jacked. They're ready for Blood and Glory tonight. We're all ready for Blood and Glory. And of course, like I said, you wouldn't be here right now if you weren't ready for it. So I'm ready, you're ready. Let's get this pre-show underway. The first developmental match of the night, Michael Kelly and George Phillips. I'm going to do some live commentary for you here because this is happening live down in the ring, and I'm backstage right now behind a beautiful green screen, and it's beautiful standing tie up there, ends in deadlock. And as you see, these are both developmental talents, and they're both looking to make an impact, and it's a great idea to make a big impact when you're at a pre-show for a pay-per-view, because management watches the pre-show matches very closely. They watch what happens in the match. They watch what goes on because they want to see if that specific talent will be good enough to go up to the frontline show or things of that nature. And I, for one, am super excited. These two young men, they both look, like they could have long careers here in the power plant. And a beautiful scoop slam there into the ropes from George Phillips to Michael Kelly. And now Phillips is starting to get a little bit of control here in this matchup, and it makes you wonder, can Michael Kelly turn this around? Because right now George Phillips is going to work on Michael Kelly. He's got the octopus stretch here in the corner, which is an illegal hold. As you saw, senior official Terry Gates there was admonishing, and now Michael Kelly's starting to get aggressive a little bit. He's starting to get a little bit of an aggressive side, but he needs to follow up with that and keep the pressure on. Otherwise, George Phillips is going to make quick work of him tonight. And the last thing you want to do on developmental, I don't think it ultimately matters whether you win or lose, but you don't want to lose. You want to win, because it's always nice getting that W in the column there instead of the L for loss. And as you saw, Michael Kelly distracted by the referee there. Maybe distracted by a fan, but George Phillips able to capitalize on the situation. And now George Phillips is in control here. Big shoulder thrust in the corner. And now like I said, and now look at George Phillips putting Michael Kelly into the turnbuckle post there the hard way, shoulder first. That will tear tendons. That will rip muscles. And George Phillips, he's looking good. Both Michael Kelly and George Phillips are both looking good. They have very good pacing, from what I can see. They're pacing themselves in this matchup. They're not taking too high of a risk, and that's wise for them, because they don't want to hurt themselves in their first match. And I've seen that happen before. We've had superstars debut and hurt themselves in their first match, and that's just not what you want to do. And now George Phillips, big drop kick right to the side of the head there, and Michael Kelly thinking about it, coming to the announce table, the vacant announce table right now. And what is Michael Kelly back into the ring, starting with the strikes on George Phillips. And Michael Kelly there bringing George Phillips in the hard way, a big elbow drop there. And now Michael Kelly starting to pick the limbs apart. Slowly but surely he's working over the body. He's just taking his time, and there's nothing wrong with taking your time. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. And now Michael Kelly looks like he has firm control here. And that's a good thing. That's always a good thing. When you can gain control of a match, you can dictate the pace and do things however you want to do them. And as you see, Michael Kelly on the outside, wasn't sure what he was doing there. But it looks like he's going to pay for it. A big suplex here to the inside of the ring from George Phillips. And then that spinal tap there right to the mid and lower back. That's just a foot being kicked into your spine, and that does not feel good. No matter how strong or how muscular you are, that will not feel good being kicked in the soft spot of your back. And now George Phillips, a beautiful, beautiful swinging neck breaker out of the corner. And this is a very paced match. It's very, very paced. Normally when you see matches, they're a little bit more faster paced, but this is a very slow paced technical matchup. That's what this is. This matchup is, like I said, there's not a lot of high impact things being done right now, and I can understand why, because neither one of these two young men want to hurt themselves. And George Phillips is looking phenomenal, and Michael Kelly's looking phenomenal. And a big running clothesline there from George Phillips. But like I was saying, I mean, nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. And of course, these two young men, they may be a little nervous. I mean, they do have thousands of people watching them right now. They're watching them live in the arena, and they don't have me out there, so they can't see me nodding my head in approval of things. Like I said, I'm backstage here, so they can't see me. So maybe they are a little nervous. They've just got Terry Gates out there right now, and then the fans. So they may be a little nervous, but hopefully, after a couple of matches, they'll get into a different pace for themselves. And you never know. I mean, either one of these two men could become a future world champion. It's possible. Anything is possible in the world we live in, and that's one of the beautiful things about being a wrestler and things like that. Anything is possible. You would be surprised. I've seen the David and Goliath matches. I've seen Goliath versus Goliath, and the David versus Goliaths are always entertaining because you always get to see that small guy come up and just dish it out to the big guy and give him everything he's got. And that's what it's all about. And that's what these developmental guys want to do. They want to be that story. They want to be that guy that ends up becoming the top dog or getting there. They want to get there. And now just back and forth strikes there from George Phillips and Michael Kelly. And now Michael Kelly getting the better of the situation. A knee to the abdomen there. Very low knee, might I add. A elbow drop right out of the corner. And now Michael Kelly hooks the far leg. Terry Gates, 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though, for Michael Kelly. And this shows the resiliency of these young men, able to kick out of a move like that. Like I said, that was a very low knee by Michael Kelly. Very, very low. And that elbow drop did not help the situation any. But now George Phillips, starting to show an aggressive side here. He's starting to get maybe into a little bit of a flow here for himself to, be able to do something. And that huge double knee there in the corner. A running double knee, using all his momentum, jumping airborne, and then slamming his knees into his face. That's going to leave a mark, no doubt about it. And now, wait a second. Oh, wow, that face buster. And Michael Kelly wisely rolled out of the ring. As you see, Michael Kelly holding his abdomen. So Michael Kelly definitely feeling the effects here. And now Michael Kelly taunting to the fans as senior official Terry Gates still taunting. And a kick to the abdomen. And then, ooh, a kick right to the side of the skull from George Phillips. George Phillips, that might be it. Into the cover. 1, 2, almost a 3 count there for George Phillips on the pre-show. Wait a second, Michael Kelly. Oh, wow, that was a modified reverse neck breaker of sorts. Into the cover. 1, 2, only a 2 count though for Michael Kelly. That was so quick. I almost didn't catch it, ladies and gentlemen. And now George Phillips trying to get something going again, and it looks like George Phillips going with what worked, and he's doing that octopus stretch on the ropes again, which is a wise move to do. He leaps off, big drop kick, a missile drop kick from the top rope using all of his body weight. And now George Phillips, it looks like he's got a clover leaf locked in. Terry Gates in position here to see if Michael Kelly will tap out. Michael Kelly is crawling. He's trying to crawl to the ropes. He's got a long ways to go. And George Phillips looks like he's trying to keep his grip in. It looks like Michael Kelly might be slipping out a little bit. And, oh, wow, Michael Kelly there, just enough to kick Phillips off of him. And now Michael Kelly whips Phillips into the ropes. A quick duck under there. Another duck under. And then, oh, beautiful, beautiful standing drop kick there from Michael Kelly. And now Michael Kelly, a big raised knee lift there on the ground, right to the side of the skull, into the cover. 1, 2, only a 2 count though for Michael Kelly, as George Phillips still showing his resiliency and his ability to kick out. And like I've said on numerous occasions throughout my years of commentating and my years of journalism, resiliency comes in so many shapes and forms. Oh, but a big brain buster there. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, and only a 2 count there. And resiliency comes in all shapes and forms. And those who are the most resilient tend to go pretty far in their careers. They tend to be able to take a lot of damage, both verbally, emotionally, physically, mentally. But a big slap, and now Michael Kelly out of the ring, and big right hand. And the resiliency factors were going to come into play here. A big jumping elbow drop from Michael Kelly, and Michael Kelly starting to get into a groove here, and I think that's what he needs to do. Michael Kelly going to the top rope, leaps off, big body splash. And now Michael Kelly, he's calling for something here. He's George Phillips getting back to his feet. Michael Kelly, he's looking for something. Wait a second, Michael Kelly. This is a fisherman. Oh, a rotating fisherman like a 3-handled credenza. 1, 2, 3, and Michael Kelly picks up an impressive win on the pre-show here for Blood and Glory. That's impressive, no matter how you word it or how you think it's going to happen. That was impressive. My hat's off to young Michael Kelly and to George Phillips. I mean, they both went out there, and it's hard to go on as the very first person on the show, even if it is the pre-show. It's hard to be the first people out there when the fans are first getting in, especially at this stage in their careers, because a lot of the fans don't know who they are. And so hopefully these two young men stick around, because I think that they both have a very bright and promising future for them. And I'm excited. And I think that was a great way to start the pre-show for Blood and Glory tonight. I don't think that we could have started it a better way. And there's a lot of there's been a lot of animosity in the TPP locker room over the course of the past month. Directed at DieHard, directed at TCO, directed at A&D, directed at so many. It's been a very tense situation the past month, especially with Bryson being absent most of the month. There was a lot of people that were questioning what was going to happen to him, what were the repercussions he was going to face. I was made aware that Bryson did not suffer any repercussions for not showing up, and I think that is unfair. That is unfair to people like Damian Gamer, who, when his child gave when his wife gave birth to his child, he was able to miss one show, but the following show he was fine. And I don't think that is okay for something like that to happen. And unfortunately, I guess it is what it is in the locker room area. Bryson, is in cahoots with DieHard, as everybody knows. He's in TCO, so a little bit of special treatment there for Bryson. But hopefully tonight, Damian Gamer can rectify that situation and dish out some pain to to Bryson. Now, if you missed it, there's still time to enter, ladies and gentlemen. You have until the end of the pre-show to get your contest entries in. For every pre-show event, every predictions video that we upload to YouTube, if you enter that by saying who you think is going to win each match. You have to include all the matches on the card that are scheduled to compete, all the main show matches. If you get all those right, you are automatically entered into a contest to win either Microsoft Xbox Live points or Sony PlayStation 3 cards. And the winner will be chosen at random. There's going to be one winner, but if you guess all the matches right, who's going to win those matches the right way, you're automatically entered. It's free for you to enter to do that. You'll be contacted via YouTube if you're the chosen winner. And like I said, you can still enter right now. It's one entry per person, but you can still enter right now. All you have to do is go onto the Blood and Glory predictions video, put in your 6 predictions for who you think is going to win. And if you're right, then guess what? You could potentially win based on whatever console you play on. You could win Xbox or Microsoft points. Or, so PlayStation or Xbox currency. So that's... I wanted to touch base on that, let you know that we're going to do that every month, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a way for TPP Entertainment to give back to you, the viewers, because you're the reason why TPP Entertainment exists. You're the reason why we're all here, why these young men on the pre-show, they come in and they want to make a name for themselves, because they want you to be able to see what they can do, and they want to give you the best that they have available. And that is the ultimate... That is the best way we can say thank you to you right now, is by offering the winner, X amount of points for guessing the right predictions for who's going to win matches. And it doesn't count for the pre-show. So if you guessed wrong on the pre-show matches, that's okay, because the pre-show, it's interesting enough as it is, with the pre-show. So you get the luxury of being able to be incorrect on the pre-show matches, but the actual main card matches, you have to guess all of them correct to get a correct entry drawing. And when you do post your entrant or your contest entrance, you do need to put there's a syllabus laid out. It says match 1, match 2, match 3, match 4, match 5, and match 6. For match 1, you need to put who's going to defeat who, and as long as all of 6 of those are correct, then you will be entered as a correct contest entry. And then, so like I said, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are still doing that. You have until the end of the pre-show right now. So you've got about 40 minutes left that you can enter the contest and potentially win some Microsoft or Sony points tonight, which you got to admit that would be that'd be pretty cool to watch a TPP event, and then at the end of the event, you get a message from myself on YouTube letting you know that you won some points. And, we'll just ask you we'll give you the number, and that's all you got to do. And then also, just so everybody knows, that the official theme song of Blood and Glory is called No Tomorrow. It is by an unsigned artist named Eidits. That is EIDITS. And you can find them on soundclick.com. This young man that performed this song, the song is actually about overcoming your odds, but without returning to where you were before. And for some people, they may not understand what that means, and what that means is perfectly, it almost describes Blood and Glory to a T, as everybody involved tonight, tonight is going to help shape the way that their futures are determined, the way that their careers are going to be outlined. And everybody wants to pick up a big win tonight here at Blood and Glory, as we're getting ready to head into our September event, Network Collision, which you, the viewers, get to choose the match stipulations. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our second pre-show matchup. This young man, James Anderson, he's been chomping at the bit trying to get onto a pre-show. He's been chomping and chomping and chomping, and now he's finally got his opportunity. He's been trying to get into so many different programs, and now he's on the TPP developmental program. James Anderson, this young man, I firmly believe in my heart that James Anderson can become a huge superstar anywhere he goes. All he needs to do is he needs that opportunity, and that is what we at the Power Plant do. That is what we in TPP Entertainment do. We give everybody that opportunity. And James Anderson, though, he's gonna have a kind of tough matchup tonight. I don't know much about his opponent Darrell, but from what I've seen of him, it's not going to be a cakewalk for James Anderson. I think it's going to be a little bit of a workout here for James Anderson, but I don't want Darrell to sell James Anderson short either, because James Anderson, he can go. This kid can go. All four of these young men that have been on this pre-show so far, including Darrell and James Anderson, all four of these young men can go. And I firmly believe that all four of these young men at some point in time, hopefully, will be shown on Frontline or on Livewire, wherever. Hopefully, I will get to call matches for them while I'm sitting at ringside, because, like I said, in the first match, for these young men right now, the butterflies that they must be feeling in their stomach, I can only imagine, because when I go out for each and every episode to do commentary, if you're not a commentator, you don't understand the butterflies. But I can only imagine the butterflies for a wrestler, especially knowing you have that many people watching you. Now the fans at home, they hear me, but the fans in the arena don't hear what I say on the microphone. But the fans in the arena and the fans at home, they all see what these superstars do in the ring. And that's why I say you can only imagine the butterflies in their stomachs, as they walk to the ring, as they're performing in the match. And so now we've got James Anderson versus Darrell, the final pre-show match of the night, before Blood and Glory begins. And I'm liking this. I'm liking the way that this is going, and I'm glad that DieHard decided to give the okay on his developmental program. And as you see here, James Anderson, beautiful swinging neck breaker there, and now James Anderson getting some momentum. Oh, and a big front flip kick there. And now James Anderson quick on the offense, keeping it going in his favor. But just like that, Darrell able to turn the tables and get it back into his favor. And now it looks like Darrell may be, just pacing himself here and dishing out some pain to James Anderson. And I, the thing is, I have my picks of who I'd like to win or who I want to win this match between James Anderson and Darrell. But either way, I won't be upset if either one of these young men won. Regardless of who wins, I'll still be very happy. Into the cover here from Darrell. Only a 1 count on the young James Anderson. And James Anderson tried with a wild kick there. He did not land with that kick. But you got to believe if he would have landed with that kick, that probably would have hurt quite a bit. And now James Anderson using some basic wrestling skill, kind of like a show-off here, doing that side headlock on the ground. Very impressive, to say the least. And now James Anderson, Tiger suplex with the bridge. Only a 1 count for James Anderson. And now, like I said, all four of these young men that have been on this pre-show so far, I have faith in all four of these young men. I think that all four of them could do great. And as you see Darrell there, that quick reverse neck breaker. And now Darrell looking like he's gaining control. And that's huge, because if you can maintain control in your match, then you will be able to perform very, very well. And right now, Darrell, that sidewalk slam from the top rope there. And now Darrell springboards into a big, into the chest of James Anderson there with a drop kick. And now Darrell looks like he's looking for the sharpshooter. He's got the sharpshooter locked in on James Anderson. Will James Anderson tap out? Will he make it to the ropes? I don't know. And it looks like James Anderson slid out there, so Darrell was unable to capitalize on the submission hold. And a beautiful belly to back there from James Anderson. And Anderson just kicked Darrell to the outside. Anderson springboard missile drop kick from the inside of the ring to the outside. And that's what I say about these young developmental talents. Although they may be developmental talents, they are still trained professionals. This is just a company that they're currently working with, and that's the way it is. None of these young men should ever be considered a bad superstar or a bad wrestler, because none of them are. They all have honed their skill. They all have honed their craft. They are all good enough. And as you saw there, James Anderson savvy enough to sidestep that crossbody, and a beautiful standing drop kick there from James Anderson. And now Anderson, another beautiful standing drop kick, using his long legs there as a weapon, and that's impressive. That's very impressive, and it's important to be able to use your body as a weapon. And we see many superstars do that, but it's such a great tool and weapon to have when you can throw your body around like that. And now, big running side kick there from Darrell. That might be it. I think Anderson might be out. I mean, the kick there may have lost some teeth. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2. Only a 2 count for Darrell. And I honestly I think if Darrell would have pinned him a little bit sooner, I think that would have been it. James Anderson looked like he was out. And now a big Asai moonsault using the third rope as a springboard mechanism into the cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count for James Anderson. And that was a very, very low kick. And again that kick. And like I said, that wild kick, it definitely has some impact on it. And now Anderson has Darrell on the apron, runs in springboard triangle drop kick there to the outside. And now what's Anderson, as you saw, Anderson was taunting. Anderson hitting the ropes. Is he going to go for it here? No, he thought about it, but he stopped. And now Darrell back into the ring, into a standing tie-up here. Darrell and Anderson. This is becoming a very exciting pre-show matchup here. It's very fast-paced. It's not very slow-paced. I'm not taking anything away from the first pre-show match, but this matchup is it's pretty high octane for it to be a pre-show match. And the fans are really getting into this, and that's good. And James Anderson here was starting with a flurry of strikes, but Darrell able to weather the storm and with a big counter here, with a quick duck under and catching, James Anderson, big spine buster there. And now James Anderson looking for that sharpshooter again. Anderson is locked in that sharpshooter. He's trying to crawl to the ropes, but Terry Gates in position here, trying to count this submission. And this is... Anderson he's almost to the ropes, but he's not quite there. Technically that should be a rope break. He did hit the ropes, but Terry Gates shook it off and said no, and James Anderson able to power out. Anderson runs in, big side wheel kick there. And now Anderson getting some momentum off of the reversal of that submission hold. And Anderson with that front face suplex. And now, wait a second. What is James Anderson? Looks like he's setting up something. I'm not sure what he's doing. Anderson springboards, misses with that kick. And now Darrell able to capitalize. Big running drop kick in the corner there. And now Darrell, another big drop kick right to the face. And now Darrell, the trifecta of drop kicks into the skull, into the cover here. 1, 2. Almost a 3 count there for Darrell, as James Anderson trying to keep something going, or trying to get something going. And now Darrell, as you see, Anderson slapped him and then started taunting, but Anderson just got smacked right on his head. 2, 3, and Darrell picks up a very impressive win on the pre-show of Blood and Glory. And that is exciting, ladies and gentlemen. That's very, very exciting. I didn't expect that to happen the way that it did, but it happened, and we're just we're just a few minutes away, ladies and gentlemen. We're about 30 minutes away, and Blood and Glory will be live. And I'm excited. I know you're excited. I know the guys that were just on the pre-show, I know they're excited. They've been practicing, and they got to perform, but now they get to go to the back and watch the show with the TPP superstars, and that's a big deal. It's big for a lot of people involved, because tonight is a make or break situation for people like Craig Hazard. If he can't beat Extreme tonight, then Extreme will become the TPP champion. And of course, I'm not saying that Extreme doesn't deserve the title, but I don't personally want to see that happen. I enjoy having Craig Hazard as our current TPP champion. I enjoy watching him come out to the ring. I enjoy seeing the fans get behind him and show him support. And everybody that's on Frontline, everybody that's in TPP Entertainment, they realize how big of an event this is. And with that being said, let's go over the matches that are going to happen tonight. Atlas versus Titan. For those of you that have been living under a rock and haven't been seeing this is going to be the clash of the 300-pound men. Both of these men almost 7 feet tall. Atlas almost 300 pounds. Titan 317 pounds. They're going to clash, no disqualification. And then, of course, we have former tag team partners. Former #1 contenders for the tag team titles. Anthony Guerrero Jr. versus Jamie Hall. Anthony Guerrero Jr.'s best friend. His best friend. They're going to be in a false count anywhere matchup. No disqualifications, no holds barred. And then, of course, we have the #1 contender match. Melinda Guerrero, the COO, recently added Jimmy B Martinez to this triple threat match. And now it's going to be Jerry Graham and Jimmy B Martinez against BRICKWALL in a triple threat. I don't like BRICKWALL's chances tonight. I can almost assure a victory for A&D. And then, of course, the newcomer, Orion James, facing Phoenix for the Adrenaline Championship in a TLC match. Phoenix openly challenged Orion James on episode 17. Not even 48 hours ago. And Orion James happily accepted. I'm hoping he takes the title. And then, of course, the Internet Championship. Bryson looking to capture the gold, although he's took the past month off. He's looking to capture the gold from Damian Gamer. But Damian Gamer's ready to give a game over one more time to Bryson and retain his lovely Internet Championship and maintain his spot as one of the most popular guys in TPP. And then, of course, the main event of the evening. Extreme, his final opportunity here to take the title off of Craig Hazard. And this is right up Extreme's alley. This is an Extreme Rules false count anywhere matchup. Anything goes. We've seen Extreme powerbomb people through tables. We've seen things of all kinds of nature. And so the question remains, can Extreme get the job done tonight? Will Extreme be able to weather the storm of Craig Hazard? Because if you watched Urban Warfare, Craig Hazard laid the sauce on Extreme like a beautiful barbecue steak. And so for Extreme, like I said, this is I don't want to say it like this, but this is a do or die situation for Extreme tonight. Because you already know that management is upset with Extreme, especially DieHard. DieHard has not been a stranger of that in our creative meetings. He talks about how Extreme is supposed to be this 280-pound monster, and yet he somehow, some way, is losing to somebody who weighs almost 100 pounds less than him. But Craig Hazard, he weighs 225 pounds, so it's not a full 100-pound difference. DieHard not so good with the math anymore as he's getting older. But you got to kind of, in a sense, you kind of have to agree with DieHard. Why can Extreme not put away Craig Hazard? The fans love Craig Hazard. I love Craig Hazard. The TPP universe, we all love Craig Hazard being the TPP champion. However, at this stage in Extreme's career, he should be able to put Craig Hazard away, and he cannot do it, and nobody knows why. Nobody's really sure why he can't do this, and so it remains to be seen. Will tonight be the same as it has always been for Extreme? Is this going to be another shortcoming? This past year for Extreme has not been a year that Extreme will probably want to remember. A couple of years ago, Extreme very successful with his career, multi-time tag team champion. And Craig Hazard, given his opportunity to become the TPP champion, and this young man is running with it. He is doing everything in his power, and he is just tearing it down. So much support from the fans, so much support from management. I think the only person in management not singing the tune of Craig Hazard right now is DieHard. Even people that you wouldn't expect to say congratulations to Craig Hazard are saying congratulations to Craig Hazard. The only two people right now that aren't are Extreme and DieHard. And if Extreme wants to prove that he's got what it takes, then he needs to prove it to Craig Hazard tonight. He needs to prove it at Blood and Glory, because if he doesn't, we don't know what DieHard will do. We don't know what will happen to Extreme. Would DieHard allow Extreme one more title opportunity? It might not happen. DieHard, as of late, has been very unpredictable. He's been doing things that you wouldn't necessarily expect out of him. Last month, we got to see him compete in a match. And ever since he did that match, he's been walking around on Cloud 9 thinking that he still has what it takes to get into the ring. I don't think that would be wise for DieHard to try to do that. But who am I to judge? I'm only a journalist. I'm only a commentator for TPP Entertainment. I've only, personally helped DieHard numerous times to the backstage area after the show went off the air while he was laying on the mat, unable to get up. So, I don't know. I don't know if you are watching this, DieHard, I don't know if my opinion matters too much to you. But coming from the guy that calls matches for your company, coming from that guy, please do not try to get back in the ring anytime soon. It's not that we don't enjoy seeing you step into the ring. Your match at Urban Warfare was phenomenal, but I personally do not think you have another TPP title run in you. I just want to get that out there. I just want to let that be known. And a lot of people say that because DieHard is my boss and I'm always going to sugarcoat things. Unfortunately for DieHard, he may be my boss. His name may be on the check that gets signed. However, my contract was signed with Melinda Guerrero. When she brought me back, she told me I was allowed to say whatever I had to say, and Melinda Guerrero feels the same way about her husband. She does not want to see him hurt himself anymore. DieHard, you have lived a fruitful wrestling career. You have made millions and millions of dollars. Millions. Be happy with what you have. You have a son that wrestles now. I don't agree with his current status, as he seems to have total disdain for the fans. So hopefully tonight, Jamie Hall slaps a little bit of sense into Anthony Guerrero Jr. And then, of course, in the triple threat match, the number one contender match, that's going to be huge because BRICKWALL is at a big disadvantage here. Now, BRICKWALL, yes, he does hold pinfall victories over both Jimmy B Martinez and Jerry Graham. However, the problem is this is very high stakes. And it's been a couple of years since BRICKWALL has been in a very high stakes match. At the last time that BRICKWALL was in a very high stakes match was the Breakdown Rumble about 6 months ago, or 7 months ago actually. And he got eliminated almost as soon as he got into the ring. So that's why I say I just don't like BRICKWALL's odds tonight. I mean, whether you love BRICKWALL or you hate him, you can't take anything away from him. He's been TPP through and through. He's never said screw TPP. He's never stepped away. He's always been there, and he's always tried to position himself at the right time and in the right spot. But tonight, I just don't think that's the right position. I think he's going to be in the lonely position of neutral tonight, and I'm not sure which A&D member will win, but I'm just going to say that an A&D member is going to win tonight for the simple fact that it is 2-on-1 against BRICKWALL. No matter how you look at it, I don't think Melinda Guerrero booked the match to be spiteful towards BRICKWALL. As far as I know, she's still very chatty with BRICKWALL in the back, and it's just the fact of, both Jerry Graham and Jimmy B Martinez, both do deserve an opportunity to compete for the number one contendership for the Internet Championship. Now, if by some stroke of luck BRICKWALL were to win tonight, that'd be spectacular. Because that would prove me wrong. I wouldn't have to then say I doubt that BRICKWALL would win. I'd get to say I was wrong. BRICKWALL pulled it off. He pulled off an impressive victory, and that's great. And then, of course, the Adrenaline Championship, Phoenix, the young Mexican superstar that speaks Spanish and English when he speaks on the microphone is facing the newcomer, Orion James. Orion James, impressive debut victory. He tapped out the current Adrenaline champion. The Adrenaline champion was not happy about that, and so he challenged Orion James. And then, just on episode 17, Orion James tapped out Bryson. He made Bryson tap out. That was huge. And then, of course, Atlas and Titan. Two big behemoths are going to kick off Blood and Glory. Titan, he wants to be the biggest dog in the yard. And right now, Atlas is the second biggest dog in the yard. A couple of weeks ago, they did a test of strength contest. And Atlas, the young Atlas, 23-year-old Atlas, 295 pounds, was able to go toe-for-toe with, or toe-to-toe with Titan. That was huge. That was a huge deal. And Titan didn't take too kind of that, and he attacked Atlas, immediately while Atlas was taunting to the fans. And then we switch gears to the last mention of Bryson and Damian Gamer, the Internet Championship. This has been brewing since the relaunch of Frontline. That's how long this has been brewing for. Bryson interjected himself. The first tag team match he was in, it was an elimination tag match. It came down to Bryson and Damian Gamer. Bryson was so close to winning. But even with as close as he was, Damian Gamer still weathered the storm and hit a game over, and then the match was over. Just like that. The match was over for Bryson. Well, then, we fast forward a little bit. We'll go to Urban Warfare. Match of the night. No doubt about it. No doubt in my mind. Match of the night. Bryson versus Damian Gamer in the cage. Damian Gamer picked up a huge win. A very unexpected huge win. First ever Internet champion. Holding the title with pride. Then, we fast forward just a little bit more. Bryson, nowhere to be seen on the show for almost a month. Damian Gamer left an open challenge for a last man standing match. We didn't find out until recently that Bryson accepted it. And then, of course, like I was saying earlier, the main event of the evening, Craig Hazard versus Extreme. Extreme has to do something, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to do something because Craig Hazard is on fire. He is on a roll. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is almost time. We are about 17 and a half minutes away from Blood and Glory beginning. So I'm being given the cue. I got to get ready to head out to the ringside area and study my notes as the event is getting ready to begin. So on behalf of everybody from Full Screen, everybody from Creator X, everybody in TPP Entertainment, guys, I'm Christopher Billings, and I will see you guys in just a couple of minutes.
And now, Power Plant presents Blood and Glory.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TPP Blood and Glory. I'm your host, Christopher Billings, and we are here. The time is now. It is Blood and Glory. If you were with us on the pre-show, you got to hear the rundown. But tonight, right now, it is Blood and Glory. It is time for champions to be crowned, decisions to be made, careers will be made. And also tonight, Blood and Glory brought to you by MCW. Check them out on YouTube at MCW Promotions, on Twitter, MCWHD. Make sure to use the hashtag CAW. Tonight, Blood and Glory is also brought to you in part by RCW. Check them out at HRC Networks and follow them on Twitter at RCW_on_XBL. Ladies and gentlemen, the time for talking is over. The time for trying to build up to this event is over. It is now or never for every single TPP superstar. There is no way around it. Tonight, these superstars are going to step into the ring and do what they do best. They're going to get in those ropes and they're going to put their bodies on the line for the fans. So ladies and gentlemen, before we get this event started, let's show you what to expect. Of course, first match of the night, Atlas versus Titan, the battle of the behemoths, the battle of the extremely large superstars. No disqualification, anything goes. Immediately to be followed up by Anthony Guerrero Jr. versus Jamie Hall. Former best friends, former tag team partners. These two are going to go at it tonight. And then, of course, the third match of the night, the number one contender match for the Internet Championship. They will face the current Internet Champion in September, Jerry Graham, Jimmy B Martinez, and BRICKWALL. I don't like BRICKWALL's odds. And then, of course, the newcomer, Orion James, facing Phoenix for the Adrenaline Championship. In a TLC match. Phoenix is already 1-0 in ladder matches. We'll see what happens tonight. And then, of course, the rematch from Urban Warfare, Damian Gamer versus Bryson, who took a month off to get his head straight. Last man standing Internet Championship match. One of those two guys is going to face the winner of that triple threat. And then the main event of the evening, Craig Hazard versus Extreme. This is match number 2. If Craig Hazard picks up the win tonight, you got to believe that's going to bump Extreme right out of any contention for the TPP title. And of course, Extreme's going to be looking for the big win. And I'm ready to get this night up underway. I am ready. I'm just waiting for the music to start playing of the TPP superstars. That's all I'm waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. I've gone over my notes. Like I said, if you were with us on the pre-show, you heard about the contest. So it's now it's too late. You can't enter the contest anymore. It's predictions contest. But make sure to use the hashtag TPP Blood and Glory to get involved with the conversation at TPP Entertainment as Atlas, the 6'9", 295-pound super heavyweight, comes to the ring. The fans have really taken a liking to Atlas. This young man, he's a big jokester. He likes to joke around and have fun. He doesn't, but I would not want to see this young man when he's angry. That's one thing I wouldn't want to do. I would not want to see Atlas when he is angry. He has a tall order tonight. He's facing, Titan, one of the most physically dominating guys in TPP currently. Can Atlas do this? Can he defeat Titan in a no disqualification matchup? We saw Demetrius Wallace try to beat Titan last month at Urban Warfare, and it just did not happen. He ended up getting powerbombed through the table, and I don't think he may ever return. But Titan is looking to make an example. He's looking to make an example out of Atlas tonight. And we're just a few moments away from getting this underway. I'm excited. I'm sure you're excited. Atlas looks jacked. He looks like he is ready to give some pain to Atlas. And that might be bad for Atlas. That might not be a good thing. So Atlas needs to be ready. The newcomer Atlas, the green wrestler, he needs to be ready. He's got to really show that he's prepared himself, through the course of this past month for Titan, because Titan is going to come at Atlas very strong, very fast, and very hard. And Atlas needs to be able to weather this. And here we go, Atlas versus Titan, no disqualification. As you see here, look at this. I mean, these guys almost the same physical size. And here we go, standing tie up. And oh wow, again, matching strength. We saw this a few weeks ago. They had a test of strength contest, and they were equally powered there. And that's 3 times right there that they just matched strength. But Titan getting the better on the 4th exchange. And now Titan with that side headlock there, and lifting Atlas above his head and drops him right onto the small of the back. Titan in the early going of this match showing his strength. He's showing his strength against Atlas. And now, oh, Atlas counters in the corner here. And now Atlas, what is Atlas going to do? Atlas whips Titan back to the other corner. Atlas running in, not very fast, but running in. And a big boot in the corner there from Atlas. Atlas taunting. I think that was too early of a taunt for him to do, because now Titan, a flurry of strikes here. And now Titan looks like he might be having his way with Atlas. That may be a mistake that Atlas is going to pay for. That throwing scoop slam there. That will definitely leave a mark. And oh, Atlas gets caught in that Samoan drop. And Atlas has to get something going. Right now, Titan... big headbutt there from Atlas. That'll definitely knock you for a loop, no doubt about it. And now Atlas starting to get some momentum in his favor, as you saw that backdrop. But again, Atlas taunting to the fans. Not wise, and Titan from behind their clothesline right to the back of the head. And now what's Atlas has Titan up on, or Titan has Atlas on his shoulder, and then into that gut buster. Nothing fancy about that, just a mean gut buster. And Atlas trying to battle out of the corner. Wait a second, Atlas has Titan up, and he just slammed him right on his back into the cover here. 1, 2, almost a 2 count there, but still only a 1 count. Atlas trying to get something going. Oh, shoulder to shoulder, there goes Atlas and Titan. No budge, no give. And Atlas tried again, and Titan caught him with that quick backdrop. And as you see here, Titan with those closed fist punches, no shame whatsoever. And Atlas he's reeling right here. He's got to get something going, because right now Titan is doing a number on Atlas. And it makes you wonder. And oh, Atlas from behind there showing he's still in this. Like I said, this is no disqualification. Anything goes in this matchup. And Atlas is going to put Titan right in the front row there. The fans are going to get to see more of Titan than they wanted to originally see. And as you see, the sledgehammer that Titan introduced, Atlas has in his hand. Oh my God, sledgehammer right to the abdomen. That hurts. I could only imagine how bad that would hurt. That would hurt a lot. And now Titan, big right hand there, trying to keep momentum in his favor. And what is Titan going to do here? Titan has Atlas, and he throws him onto the barricade. Wait a second. Titan just took that person's crutch. And oh my God, right across the back of the head there. But Atlas got back to his feet. Atlas may be, he may have a concussion. That was a hard shot with that crutch. I don't know if Atlas is truly aware right now. And Atlas, I think he might be going on autopilot. I'm not sure what he's doing here. Atlas there with those knee smashes on the outside. That padding is not thick, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a second. Atlas early in the match with that backbreaker on the knee, that half Nelson backbreaker. I'm not really sure what Atlas, I don't know how Atlas was able to hit that so early in the match. But now, as you see, Atlas, his height getting into the ring makes him a little bit slower. He goes running in, but Titan catches him again with that Samoan drop, and now Atlas going to work, or Titan going to work on Atlas. And Atlas into the corner, very hard whipped in there by Titan, and now Titan, a flurry of strikes. Nothing fancy, just a flurry of strikes, and then that big uppercut there, that'll definitely ground you, no doubt about it. And Titan doing a number on the skull, on the face of Atlas. And for Atlas, he's got to do something. Titan has Atlas up, a big hanging suplex power slam. Hooks the far leg into the cover. 1, 2, only a quick 2 count there for for Titan. And Atlas trying to do something, a basic gut wrench suplex. And I've said this a couple of times, but Atlas is not an experienced wrestler. He's a very big guy, but he's not experienced. He's very new to the sport of wrestling. Hooks the far leg again, 1, 2, a 2 count for Atlas. But even with as inexperienced as Atlas is right now, he's showing Titan that it's okay if you're a big guy, because you can't beat down everybody with merciless pain. Although right now Atlas is really taking a beating. He's taking a beating, no doubt about it. Atlas has to do something. He's got to get himself in a position here where he can start dominating Titan, because if Titan gets on a roll, this is going to be a very bad night for Atlas. And as you saw there, that gut buster again. And as you see, it looks like Atlas is holding his ribs, holding his abdomen. I think he may be hurting. And now, what's Atlas? A flurry of strikes again. This is what I'm talking about. Atlas trying to get something going. Atlas whips Titan to the far corner. And now, just a flurry of elbows here in the corner from Atlas. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2. Only a 2 count for Atlas, but like I was saying, the longer this matchup goes, it makes you wonder who it benefits. A German suplex from Titan. You don't see that very often. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. But you don't see a German suplex very often from Titan, but a big flapjack there from Atlas. That was definitely a momentum-changing move right there. And now it looks like Atlas starting to get on the offense. He's starting to get into a little bit of a flow that he can work with. And now Atlas picks the leg. And like I said, Atlas is a young guy. He doesn't have much in-ring experience, but he's trying to make this work in a 2 count again for Atlas. And, that's what matters for Atlas. But like I said earlier, he's got to be able to weather the storm of Titan. And right now, Titan, with those strikes in the corner there, and then bailing Atlas out of the corner. And now, wait a second, Atlas going to the top rope, or Titan's going to the top rope, I'm sorry about that. And looks like he's going to leap off here. Oh, wait a second, Atlas just caught him. He caught him in the big choke slam there. And now Atlas hooks the far leg. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, that was so close to a 3 count. That was so close. Atlas almost beat Titan here at Blood and Glory. And somehow Titan got his shoulder up. That was not even a split second, and a big shoulder block from Titan. And I don't know why Titan's acting like he isn't hurt. He's hurt and he's holding his head. Titan may have a concussion. Titan's got to be hurting from that choke slam. I know Atlas is hurting. So, big right hand there from Titan to Atlas, right to the outside. And now Titan, what is Titan going to do? Titan has, looks like he's got another crutch. And a crutch right across the face there, and swinging for the fences here. That's all that Titan was doing, just stealing people's crutches. I never realized we had so many fans that had broken legs or broken limbs in the TPP universe. But now Atlas starting to get a little bit of momentum. Wait a second, that guy had a guitar. And, wow. Atlas just put Titan headfirst into an acoustic guitar. I think that Atlas is definitely starting to build low. He's looking for a weapon. I think he took too long because Titan was back to his feet, but Atlas using that chair. And a chair is definitely a big difference maker. Atlas has Titan on his shoulders, and right on the back of that chair. If this was false count anywhere, you gotta believe that Atlas could go for a pinfall, and he might actually be able to pick it up right there. So Atlas bringing Titan back in the ring. And like I said before, Atlas is a big guy, so it takes him a little bit longer to get in the ring. He's got very long legs, and now Titan has Atlas back up on his shoulders and tosses him. And as you saw there, this is a very physical match. And now Titan there with that power bomb. Wait a second, Titan. With a flurry of strikes, but no, Atlas counters. And and here we go, another standing tie-up. And Titan gets the better of the situation, and Titan tilt-a-whirl side slam there. And like I was saying earlier, the longer this match goes, you got to believe it's going to benefit Titan due to his experience. And Titan, another powerbomb there. Nothing fancy about it, just slamming Atlas onto the small of his back. And now, wait a second. This is a third powerbomb from Titan there. Into the cover. 1, 2. And somehow Atlas kicks out after 3 consecutive powerbombs. Somehow, some way. And wait a second. Titan with a fourth powerbomb, that snap powerbomb. And Atlas counters from the ground. He runs in with that big left arm clothesline. And now what's Atlas going to do? He's whipping Titan to the corner. And now corner to corner here, out of the corner there. Atlas, big running left arm clothesline. Wait a second, he's looking at that half Nelson backbreaker. Oh, it looked like Titan just landed really gingerly there on his hip and on his lower back. And Atlas calling for something. Atlas whips Titan into the ropes, and he catches him with that modified sidewalk slam into cover. 1, 2, 3, and Atlas picks up his first ever, CPV event pay-per-view win at Blood and Glory as he pins Titan, and Titan holding his lower back, telling the referee something's wrong. I'm not sure what's going on, and it looks like the referee's motioning for our medical staff to come down to the side of the ring while Atlas is taunting in the ring. I don't think Atlas realized what happened, but that half Nelson backbreaker, it's a very dangerous move, and if you land that move wrong, you can get hurt. Looks like the medical staff is helping Titan to the back, and meanwhile Atlas is now heading up the ramp, heading to the back. Congratulations to Atlas. Hopefully we can get an update on Titan as soon as possible and find out, what happened or, what's going on. So, this night is just now getting underway, and up next we have Anthony Guerrero Jr. versus Jamie Hall, former tag team partners. Jamie Hall was Anthony Guerrero Jr.'s best friend, but over the past few weeks, Jamie Hall, these cryptic messages have been played during Anthony Guerrero Jr.'s matches. Jamie Hall cost Anthony Guerrero Jr. a match against Kanji a few weeks ago via a quick roll-up, and Jr.'s got to be looking to extract revenge from that. And so we're going to do this no disqualification style, and for Anthony Guerrero Jr., this could be that moment, that match where he can finally let people realize that he is for real. He is a serious superstar. He's not just some guy that just comes in and does a couple of matches. You got to believe that Anthony Guerrero Jr., even with all the slack that his father is given, DieHard being his father, he gets called a mama's boy because his mother is the COO of the power plant. But Junior is a professional wrestler, and he is looking to make an impact. You've got to believe that, whether it's doing things that his father did or doing things that he does on his own. Regardless, this young man has got to be at 22 years or 24 years of age. He's looking to start getting some gold around his waist. He's looking to make an impact. And the man that trained him, Jamie Hall, he's no stranger to gold. He's held the $1 million title in the power plant. And originally, I was there I was there when Junior was getting signed, and Jamie Hall signed off on it. He was like, "Look, this kid can do it. Let me train him. Let me get him ready." Jamie Hall trained him. They were childhood best friends, and just this. Maybe it was the success and the popularity that Jamie Hall had, but Junior got upset and decided he just didn't want to care anymore, and he turned his back on the fans. And Jamie Hall, always a firm supporter of standing by your convictions and being straight edge and living your life to your fullest. And so Jamie Hall looking to maybe knock some sense into Junior tonight, and here we go. Anthony Guerrero Jr., Jamie Hall with the side headlock right from the get-go. And a big knee right from Jamie Hall there. And Junior taunting Jamie Hall. I don't know if that's wise for him to taunt Jamie Hall, because in the respect of experience versus inexperience, I would have to give Jamie Hall the experience factor over Junior. Jamie Hall taunting to the fans, but Junior quick kick to the abdomen there and now taunting him. And now Junior with the side headlock. And Junior whips Jamie Hall into the ropes. Leaps over him here. A beautiful standing drop kick. Beautiful, beautiful standing drop kick. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, we've seen a transformation from Junior. And Junior again attempted this drop kick, but Jamie Hall, that experience factor, able to sidestep. And now Jamie Hall whips Junior into the ropes. A quick duck under and a quick arm drag there from Jamie Hall. And then a flying Mayonora, shades of what Craig Hazard does. Oh, drop kick right to the back from Jamie Hall. This is going to be a very intense, very fast-paced matchup. It's going to be 10 times faster than what Titan and Atlas was. Both of these young men, Anthony Guerrero Jr. 200, and he weighed in 216 pounds this week. Jamie Hall 222 pounds. So this is going to be a very closely contested match, and an elbow and then that side Russian leg sweep from Jamie Hall. And, you know, I don't think that Jamie Hall wants to hurt Junior. I think he just wants to show him that you need to show respect to the fans. And Jamie Hall leaped over. He overshot that a little too much. It grazed the top of Junior, and Junior stayed standing. And now Junior off the ropes, but Jamie Hall with that flying elbow, and he turned it sideways there into the cover. 1, 2, and a 2 count for Jamie Hall in the early going of this matchup. And like I said, the experience factor, that is where Jamie Hall is going to be able to get Junior. He's got experience. He knows what it's like to be in a title match. He knows what it's like to be in these high-stake matches and win. Junior, the last time Junior and Jamie Hall were in a match together was the tag team title match at Breakdown back in January. And unfortunately, Junior was the one who got pinned. So Junior's got to do something here. Junior starting with the flurry of kicks to the left leg there of Jamie Hall. And in reality, this is almost like a perfect matchup here because these guys know each other very well. Junior flying clothesline there to Jamie Hall. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, only a 2 count for Junior. Junior hits the ropes, runs back in, and catches Jamie Hall with a big running DDT. And now Jamie Hall counters. And this is what I'm talking about, that the experience factor for Jamie Hall, catching Junior with that big arm drag and then that elbow right across the chin and the chest area. And Jamie Hall showing Junior that it takes a certain amount of respect. You have to respect the fans, because if you don't respect the fans, you will not win. And now what is Jamie Hall thinking? Jamie Hall, Frankensteiner out of the corner. You don't see that very often, but when you do, you know it's super cool. It's high impact. And an attempted 450, but Junior got back to his feet. And now Jamie Hall with the flurry of strikes here on Junior. And now this matchup it looks like this matchup is going to spill to the outside. Jamie Hall off the ropes, but Junior dropped off the apron there. And then Jamie Hall flying Hurricane Rana to the outside. And this is falls count anywhere. So he can Jamie Hall could pin Junior outside the ring. And now, wait a second, Junior counters. And Junior, quick Hurricane Rana there on the outside. And that padding on the outside, folks, is not very thick. It's a very thin padding. Not much protection. And Junior, another hanging suplex here on the outside, but you got to believe that suplex hurts Junior just as much into the cover. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Junior. And like I've said numerous times before, resiliency is very important in matches like this. You have to be able to go the distance. And now Jamie Hall whips Junior again back into that turnbuckle post. And head first and then back into the ring goes Junior. Jamie Hall on the apron here. And big right hand from Jamie Hall. Jamie Hall leaps in. Hurricane Rana to Junior. Junior got back to his feet very quickly, but Jamie Hall caught him. A quick duck under. And then, that was a nasty, nasty enziguri. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, almost a 3 count there for Jamie Hall off that enziguri. And Junior, quick kick right to the abdomen. That will definitely put some pain on you. And Junior with that taunt there, running in. Wait a second, Jamie Hall caught him. Big power bomb out of the corner there. That may be it. Jamie Hall hooks the far leg. 1, 2, almost a 3 count for Jamie Hall again. Oh, standing drop kick. Junior still on his feet. Springboard Asai moonsault from Jamie Hall there. And then again the Asai moonsault. And as you see, Jamie Hall feeling good right now. And Jamie Hall's one of those guys, he loves competition. He loves to be competing. And now Jamie Hall turning Junior upside down here. Jamie Hall running back in. Oh, drop kick right to the face. And now Jamie Hall out of the ring, keeping himself nice and warm. Looking for, you gotta believe he's looking for a weapon. Wait a second, Junior hitting the ropes. A big cross body, and he miscalculated there as Jamie Hall jumped back into the ring. And Junior back to his feet, but Jamie Hall, another Asai moonsault. And Jamie Hall, his nickname is the Suicide Kid. Could you imagine missing one of those moonsaults and going through a table or landing on something incorrectly? That would hurt a lot. And now Jamie Hall is in firm control. He's in control of Junior here. He leaps off, big float over castle there. The back of Junior's head hit the corner of the table there. And a beautiful elbow drop. Wait a second, Junior jumps back to his feet. Jamie Hall with the table there. Just hit Junior right in the abdomen. And now Jamie Hall having his way with Junior. He catches Junior. Oh, that German suplex almost through the table there. That was very, very close to going through the table. That would have been this would have been a very bad night for Junior. And now Jamie Hall whips Junior to the corner. And what is Jamie Hall thinking here? Wait a second. Jamie Hall might be looking for that Astro Whip. That table set up almost perfect here. The Astro Whip. Oh, Junior's head he went head first into the corner of the table. It did not break the table, but he went head first into it. And now Jamie Hall, a Hurricane Rana, and just put Junior again head first into the table. I think Junior may be out. Jamie Hall just staring at him. You got to believe Jamie Hall might be looking for the suicide note here. Yes, Jamie Hall, the suicide note. I think Junior is done. Hooks the far leg here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Somehow Junior kicked out. That was split second there. Junior's trying to get some momentum going here. Trying to get something going. He doesn't want to lose this matchup. And Junior, big springboard there. As you see, Junior's holding his body parts. Junior's hurting. He's definitely hurting. A beautiful standing drop kick from Junior there. And now what's Junior thinking? Junior runs in. Oh, big running drop kick to Jamie Hall. And now Junior going to work on the leg. I honestly thought after that suicide note that Junior was done. Junior Hurricane Rana into the ropes there. He's got Jamie Hall set up. And then off the ropes with that leg splash. And now, wait a second. Junior going to the top rope. Wait a second. Junior I think he's taking too much time. He's looking for his version of the frog splash. And Jamie Hall rolled out of the way. Last second rolling out of the way. And now Jamie Hall on the aggressive. Just like that, he was able to shift momentum back into his favor. And again, the experience factor. Junior is still very inexperienced when it comes to wrestling. And Jamie Hall runs in. Big running drop kick in the corner there. And now Jamie Hall, another drop kick in the corner. And like I was saying, the inexperience of Junior may cost him tonight. And as you see, just a flurry of kicks from Jamie Hall, but Junior attempted that flying clothesline again. So now you got to wonder, as this match progresses. Oh, and another Asai moonsault there from Jamie Hall. Hitting the ropes there. The whisper in the wind. That is a very dangerous move to do. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Jamie Hall. And these fans have came alive here. And Junior caught Jamie Hall coming in. A quick Hurricane Rana here. Like I said, Junior's got to get something going. Otherwise, Jamie Hall is going to be able to keep him, at bay. And Junior, quick backdrop there. And now Junior, a standing moonsault, just a basic standing moonsault, but it does work. It does work. And now Junior What's Junior going to do? A kick to the abdomen. Shades of his father. A modified roll the dice there. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2. This might be... No, that Jamie Hall kicked out. Junior going off the ropes. Jamie Hall catches him with that quick arm drag. Jamie Hall runs in with that big elbow again. And this is the thing. Jamie Hall is shutting Junior down. Junior gets a little bit of momentum, but Jamie Hall catches him. And Junior ran in with that jumping face buster. And now Junior looking off the ropes. Shining Wizard. A big Shining Wizard from Junior. Junior needs to quickly into the cover here. 1, 2. Oh my God, that was so close to a 3 count. You got to believe Junior could taste it. And he gets caught again by Jamie Hall. And now Jamie Hall, beautiful standing drop kick right to the face. And now Jamie Hall again in control of the matchup. But wait a second, Junior, that quick kick again. And now Junior has Jamie Hall up in that suplex. Beautiful hanging suplex. And now Junior, using his boot and his kick pad there as a weapon, just stomping on the face. Jamie Hall getting back to his feet. And Junior again with that kick to the abdomen. That kick, it works for Junior for the most part, but then at times it does not work so much. And a raised knee lift again from Jamie Hall. Jamie Hall whips Junior into the ropes and catches him with a quick float over arm drag there. And a drop kick into the ropes. And now what is Jamie Hall looking at? Jamie Hall whips Junior into the ropes. He leaps over him once. He leaps over him twice and catches Junior with the quick back elbow. And now Jamie Hall feeling it, taunting to the fans. These fans are electric right now, ladies and gentlemen. They are electric. And Jamie Hall whips Junior into the ropes. A quick duck under here. And he catches Junior again with that German suplex right on the back and the back of the head. And now Jamie Hall looking for something. Junior getting back to his feet, groggy. Jamie Hall, he's looking at it again. Here it is, the suicide note from Jamie Hall. Is that going to be enough? And Jamie Hall must have forgot there's no rope breaks. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, 3. And Jamie Hall picks up the much, much, much anticipated victory over Anthony Guerrero Jr. tonight. Junior should have... He needs to take into account that Jamie Hall was ready. Jamie Hall, just because he's taken a little bit of time off, does not mean that he wasn't focusing and wasn't preparing to be back in the ring. Hopefully, after tonight, Junior realizes what respect is all about, and that you cannot go around and say derogatory things to other superstars, that you should never turn your back on the fans, that the fans are the reason why you're here. Hopefully Junior takes that into account tonight after Jamie Hall just gave an impressive beating to Anthony Guerrero Jr. He was ready. He was game. Jamie Hall was game tonight. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, up next, we have the #1 contender match. The winner of this matchup will go on to face the Internet Champion in September. Regardless of whether Damian Gamer or Bryson wins later, one of these 3 men will win tonight, either Jimmy B Martinez, BRICKWALL, or Jerry Graham. Now, if you notice, there are 2 A&D members and 1 TCO member. I do not like BRICKWALL's odds in this matchup, and I said that on the pre-show. I don't like BRICKWALL's odds because I don't think he's going to win. But if he does, I've been wrong before, ladies and gentlemen. And, it's been a while since BRICKWALL's had gold around his waist, and he's looking to get some. So hopefully, BRICKWALL can, pull a miracle out and, get himself put in a title opportunity. But could you imagine Bryson versus BRICKWALL for the Internet Championship if Bryson was to win tonight? I mean, if it was Damian Gamer versus BRICKWALL, I could expect that. But I think that we'd have to hand it to Damian Gamer. But the same can be said about the A&D members. I mean, they've all said that it's a mutual friendship. That they said that they have no qualms with each other, competing against one another. They said that they are friends, regardless of whoever wins. Jerry Graham and Jimmy B Martinez were seen earlier today talking about either or winning the match. They sat there and they talked to me and they said, as long as BRICKWALL does not win the match, we're happy. And, you know, BRICKWALL holds a pinfall victory over Jamie B. Martinez and over Jerry Graham, even in a handicap environment. But I don't want to take anything away from A&D because we've seen what they're capable of. They're more than capable of dishing out pain. And the TCO lead, or the A&D leader, Jerry Graham, sporting a very nice blue and black attire. I think he wants to leave BRICKWALL black and blue tonight. That is what I think Jerry Graham's trying to do. And, you know, Melinda Guerrero did make a statement earlier as well for all the superstars, saying that regardless of any outcomes tonight, that if any superstars get involved in any of the matches, they will be fired. So thus far in the night, at least hopefully we can expect that every match will go according to plan with no unexpected interference, which is a good thing because then we know who's going to win and who's not going to win. And Jimmy B. Martinez, this young man, he doesn't talk much. He does talk, but he doesn't talk much. And he's a very respectful young man. I've had many long conversations with Jimmy B. Martinez, but the one thing is Jimmy B. Martinez feels that he's kind of being overlooked, and you can't really blame this young man. I mean, he's came a long way from when he first started. He's been here from, you know, the relaunch, and he's been doing everything in his power to entertain the fans, to entertain the TPP universe, and he feels like he's being looked over. He's not being given those big title opportunities that other people are, and he said it was no disrespect to Damian Gamer or to Jerry Graham, but he feels that right now is his time. It's time for him to get put into a big title match. He got passed over at Urban Warfare for a title match. He got stuck facing BRICKWALL. I mean, taking nothing away from BRICKWALL, but you know that that's not what he wanted. He wanted a title match. And now he's got his opportunity. If he can win here tonight, he's guaranteed a title match in September at Network Collision, which you, the fans, get to choose the match types. You get to choose what happens in the matches. And we'll be revealing more details on that in the coming weeks. But we are about to get this #1 contender match underway, and I'm interested to see how it's all going to play out because, okay, as you see, A&D starting to surround BRICKWALL, and Jerry Graham, big right hand to BRICKWALL into the side wrist lock, and this is kind of what I expected to happen. A&D working together here, and yeah, A&D working together, double team move in the first 15 seconds of the match here. Jerry Graham and Jimmy B. Martinez. They are a tag team. They're in a faction together. They work together. BRICKWALL trying to get something going on Jerry Graham, but Jimmy B. Martinez not having none of that tonight. Jimmy B. Martinez runs in with that big, that float over crossbody, and Jerry Graham with a German suplex to BRICKWALL. BRICKWALL starting to get back to his feet, and Jimmy B. Martinez springboards in. This is not looking good thus far for BRICKWALL. And now Jimmy B. Martinez going to work on the arm. And wait a second, what is Jerry Graham going to do here? Jerry Graham whips BRICKWALL to the corner. And now Jerry Graham, a flurry of strikes in the corner. This is, ironically enough, I know Melinda Guerrero said this, so it's not meant to be a handicap match, but you got to wonder, was this why Melinda set up this matchup this way? So that, TCO would get what she feels they have coming to them. And this is coming from, the owner's wife. And Melinda Guerrero is close with BRICKWALL. She's been close with all the members of TCO. They all, I guess, treat each other like family from what I understand. And BRICKWALL starting to mount a comeback here. And like I was saying, I mean, they treat each other like family from what I understand. And so she's known BRICKWALL his entire career. And to put him in this type of situation, either she wants to see him do something great, or she just wants to see him get his ass kicked tonight. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm usually very PG with my language, but let's just face facts. Tonight, BRICKWALL is going to be in a lot of pain because Jerry Graham just caught him with that flipping side Russian leg or the sidewalk slam there. Jimmy B. Martinez did not even move when that pinfall attempt was happening. That's the thing. I don't think that either one of them, I don't think it matters to them who wins this matchup, just as long as BRICKWALL doesn't win. I think that they were being serious when they said that. They have not made physical contact with each other, not even once in this matchup. And technically, it's not against the rules. That's the thing. It's not against the rules. Jerry Graham into the cover. Jimmy B. Martinez breaks it up. That's the first time we've seen a little bit of not working together. And Jimmy B. Martinez just whipped Jerry Graham right out of the way. He's like, get out of my way. I've got this. And now, what is Jerry Graham doing? Jerry Graham yelling at Jimmy B. Martinez, saying, "What are you doing?" And now Jimmy B. Martinez kick right to the face. And now JBM kind of taunting as Jerry Graham just kicked him right in the abdomen there. Not feeling bad about it at all. And I think Jerry Graham is trying to direct traffic here, trying to get JBM to focus. Because right now, BRICKWALL now has Jerry Graham and JBM in the corner. And BRICKWALL used Jerry Graham as a battering ram there to throw him right into Jimmy B. Martinez. And now BRICKWALL overhead belly to belly there to Jerry Graham. And that doesn't feel good no matter how fresh you are in the match. And BRICKWALL, he's already holding his side. He's hurting. As this match has progressed, he's not looking too hot right now. Whipped into the ropes. And BRICKWALL changing his attention there to Jimmy B. Martinez, who was standing up. And, Jerry Graham shoulder thrust to the outside. And now A&D on the attack, heading right to the outside, going right after BRICKWALL here. And Jerry Graham back into the ring while Jimmy B. Martinez on the outside beating up on BRICKWALL. And BRICKWALL, just like Titan earlier, right into the front row there of the crowd. And it seems like a lot of the bad guys are going into the crowd tonight. And Jimmy B. Martinez shouting directions, shouting guidelines to Jimmy B. Martinez from inside the ring, telling him to do specific moves. You got to believe Jerry Graham is here for moral support for Jimmy B. Martinez. I mean, I'm sure that Jerry Graham would like to become a champion, but I don't think that's on the top of his list right now. I think he wants to be here to help Jimmy B. Martinez. And right now, Jimmy B. Martinez going to work on BRICKWALL. BRICKWALL not able to get anything going thus far in this match. Nothing painstakingly long. And now BRICKWALL starting to get a little bit of offense, and Jerry Graham right to the outside. As soon as that happened, Jerry Graham with the attempted grapple there, but BRICKWALL countered. And now BRICKWALL throws Jerry Graham towards the barricade, but Jerry Graham caught himself. And now BRICKWALL trying to get something going. BRICKWALL with that that Cobra Clutch slam, with Jimmy B. Martinez right back on the offense. And this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. The odds are stacked against BRICKWALL tonight. He's got nowhere to go. Into the cover 2, and only a 2 count for Jerry Graham on BRICKWALL. And this is false count anywhere, so that's one thing to keep in mind. And BRICKWALL just pushed Jerry Graham right into Jimmy B. Martinez. And now Jerry Graham, he's down a little bit. And as you saw, BRICKWALL won the initial tie-up there. Jimmy B. Martinez head first into the ring apron. But now BRICKWALL, wait a second, BRICKWALL, the big right hand there to Jerry Graham. JBM leaped out with that springboard dropkick. He didn't connect fully, but he connected enough to break up that pin. And now JBM is down. And what is BRICKWALL doing here? BRICKWALL grabbed another crutch out of the crowd, and right across the back of the head there. And Jimmy B. Martinez again with the chair, kicking a chair right in BRICKWALL's face. And now Jerry Graham looking for a weapon while Jimmy B. Martinez picked that chair back up. And I mean, now both members of A&D have weapons, and God, they're beating the hell out of BRICKWALL with trash cans and steel chairs. And BRICKWALL with a big right hand there knocked Jerry Graham down and knocked the trash can out of his hands. And Jerry Graham went abdomen first, and BRICKWALL caught him with that quick arm drag, or hip toss, excuse me. And BRICKWALL's got to do something. JBM starting to try to get something going. He broke up that move there. And another hip toss from BRICKWALL to Jerry Graham. And BRICKWALL getting back to his feet. He shouldn't be taunting right now. He needs to get on the offense against JBM. He needs to remember he's got 2 opponents tonight, not just one. He's got 2. And I think that's going to be a downfall for BRICKWALL right now. He focuses too much on one opponent, and he's not switching his focus to the other. And now Jimmy B Martinez and Jerry Graham both getting in the ring, getting comfortable with what they're doing. And as you saw there, Jimmy B Martinez with that gesture taunt. Oh, right into the steel chair. BRICKWALL went face first, hooks to the far leg by Jerry Graham 1. And no, Jimmy B Martinez broke it up again. And Jerry Graham saying something. He's saying something to Jimmy B Martinez. And oh, that flying crossbody again. And then that springboard from the outside to the inside. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2. And Jerry Graham this time breaks up the pin attempt by Jimmy B Martinez. And BRICKWALL just, he's got to get something going. Jerry Graham has a steel chair. And oh my God, right to the side of the skull with the steel chair. Wait a second, Jerry Graham, got to believe he's looking. Jerry Graham, the saving grace right on the steel chair. I think that is it. And BRICKWALL jumped right back up to his feet. And oh, a big pullback kick there from Jimmy B Martinez. And then just a basic running clothesline. And wait a second. JBM looking, you gotta believe he's looking for the IKO, and Jerry Graham now leaving the ring. He nodded his head there. The IKO, is this it? Jimmy B Martinez hooks the far leg. 1, 2, 3, and this one is over, and Jerry Graham gave the nod of approval to Jimmy B Martinez to become the #1 contender for the TPP Internet Championship. So right now we currently have a #1 contender, and it is none other than A&D's own Jimmy B Martinez. As you see, Jimmy B Martinez feeling good. Jerry Graham already backstage now. He walked right up the entrance ramp after giving the nod of approval. Like I said, I believe that Jerry Graham was just here for moral support to make sure that A&D won tonight. I think that's what it was about. And so we now know who the #1 contender is for the Internet Championship, and that's huge because I wasn't sure how that match was going to end, and now we know. Now I positively know. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not even halfway through this night, and up next we have our Adrenaline Championship match. It's a TLC matchup. The newcomer Orion James, impressive debut victory over the Adrenaline champion Phoenix, but now the title is on the line. Now Orion James can grasp this is like his 3rd week in. He can grab a TPP title in his 3rd week. That doesn't happen very often in any company, but he's being given a great opportunity. And the only thing that worries me is Phoenix in the last title match, or the last ladder match that he was in. He physically dissected his opponents, and that was with numerous opponents. This is with one opponent. I don't know. I can only imagine what Phoenix is going to do tonight. So that makes me wonder, what is Phoenix truly capable of? We've seen him in multi-man matches, but what is he capable of in the one-on-one ladder match type scenario? And this is a TLC match, so it's tables, ladders, and chairs. So all weapons are available to be used. And so you got to believe Phoenix is probably trying to he's looking to make quick work, but I think this young man, Orion James, is going to do everything in his power to go the distance, to really prove that he's got what it takes. And now, Orion James feeling good. He should be too. He's being given a great title opportunity just a few weeks into his young TPP career. This is big. Whether you love Orion James or you hate Phoenix, or whichever superstar you're rooting for right here, I'm rooting for Orion James. I think that Orion James is going to win this. I think he's already tapped out the champion one time. I think he can climb a ladder and win. You figure if he puts in that the O-lock, the OJ lock, that's what I'm going to call it, the OJ lock. If he puts in the OJ lock, then, if he just keeps wrenching it until Phoenix passes out, then, he can just climb up the ladder. They have no problem. And that submission can be hit from anywhere. It can be hit from a standing position, a seated position, a ground position. So you got to believe it benefits Orion James. And this is the first of our title matches tonight. And like I said, we're just now getting barely at the halfway point. And as you see, our official showing the fans, showing the crowd the championship here. Orion James versus Phoenix. And here we go. Orion James telling Phoenix to bring it on. Phoenix with a very insulting taunt. And as you see, I mean, Orion James's hair already starting to get a little bit longer. And now Orion James, a flurry of kicks right to the leg, very quickly going to work. And Orion James springboard drop kick there. And unfortunately, there are no pinfalls. There's no pinfalls in this matchup. And so Phoenix, you know, he can't pin Orion James. He's got to do something else. And oh, that modified neck breaker, like a jumping seated neck breaker, it's called the shout out. And now Phoenix with a big kick to the side of the head. But as I was saying, for Phoenix, you know, normally he goes for a pinfall after he does like a big move, but he can't do that in this matchup for the simple fact that there are no pinfalls in a TLC matchup. You have to climb the ladder, you have to grab the title, and that is how you win the match. And now Phoenix starting to get some momentum in the early going here on Orion James. A big running boot right to the side of the head. And Orion James, that super long taunt. Oh, Orion James just very low kick there. And oh, you know, Phoenix just spilled Orion James right to the outside with a backdrop over the top rope. And then Phoenix, a big springboard. And now, what is Phoenix going to do here? Phoenix has Orion James on the barricade with a headbutt. Nothing fancy about that headbutt, just raw headbutting power. That's all that was. There was nothing fancy about it, just headbutting him and causing pain. And now it looks like Phoenix is starting to get himself in control of this matchup. But Orion James now has the ladder, and oh, right to the abdomen, and then oh, right across the back there. That is something you do not want to happen. That is something that you do not want to happen to you in a ladder match. You know, because that is not going to feel good. And now Phoenix counters Orion James in the corner. And now Phoenix whips Orion James right into the ladder. And Orion James stuck in that position here. And wait a second. Phoenix with a suplex. Oh, knees first right into the ladder. And that ladder just bent. That ladder bent right in the corner. And Phoenix starting to make it seem like he's just having his way with Orion James. But Orion James back to his feet. The resiliency of this young man. There is no give up. There is no quit. Orion James will keep coming at you until he cannot get up anymore. And that is what makes him such a unique superstar. And oh, Orion James showing his karate background, his mixed martial arts and the various forms of discipline he has. And so for Phoenix has to find a way to combat that. And Phoenix, you know, just a very in-your-face kind of guy, does very grungy, mean moves. And now Phoenix back in control. And wait a second, Phoenix has Orion James on the apron, springboard drop kick. Oh my God, right through the table there. And Orion James just got wood, so to speak. And now Phoenix, where's Phoenix going? Phoenix getting the ladder. And Orion James coming back over there. Orion James, big running clothesline there. Grounding the Adrenaline Champion. But the Adrenaline Champion back to his feet very quickly. And Orion James not afraid to use the hardware. Not afraid to use the ladder as a weapon. And that is important. That's very, very important. It looks like Orion James was trying to set up the ladder there. Orion James climbing the ladder, but Phoenix climbing up right after him here. And now it looks like just a striking battle there, but Orion James got eye gouged by Phoenix on the power bomb. And I don't know, I think Orion James would have won that exchange had Phoenix not used a dirty eye gouge tactic like that. And now Orion James counters. big leaping Hurricane Rana there, and as you saw, Ryan James kind of caught on the ladder there, held his wrist, but it looks like Orion James back to his feet here. And using the ladder as a weapon, which is perfectly legal in a TLC match. It's perfectly legal to do that. And now Orion James starting to get some momentum in his favor. Wait a second, what is Orion James going to do here? He runs in. Big shoulder thrust right into the ladder. That steel that he just speared him into. Orion James calling Phoenix to his feet. That is almost a full ring leap, or a half ring leap here. He leaps off. Big missile drop kick there from Orion James. Beautiful, beautiful impact there. And now Orion James is feeling it. He's feeling this matchup. And just like that, though, the tide turns, and Phoenix back in the driver's seat. And this worries me, ladies and gentlemen, because if Phoenix, like I've said a couple of times already, if Phoenix gets on a roll, this is going to be a very bad match for Orion James. But Orion James back to his feet. He whips Phoenix to the corner. Wait a second. Orion James just ran up the ladder. Phoenix head first right into it. Again, off the ropes. Big flying elbow there from Orion James. Orion James, springboard lion salt. It looked like Orion James was going to go for a pinfall there, but remember that he couldn't pin in this match. But now Orion James calling Phoenix to his feet. Orion James has Phoenix in that fisherman buster right on the top of the head. And all Orion James has to do is climb the ladder and grab the title. That's all he's got to do. What is he doing? There you go, kid. Grab that ladder, set it up, and climb that ladder and take the title. And Orion James waited too long. Phoenix back to his feet. And Orion James has his hands on it, but Orion James hanging very peculiarly on the big spear right from the briefcase there, which has the title enclosed in it. And now, off of that spear, Phoenix able to gain momentum again. And Phoenix, a powerbomb right to the outside. That will definitely, that can hurt you very badly. No doubt about that. And now Phoenix setting up the ladder himself. You know he's looking to climb. And Phoenix climbing. Orion James back on the apron. What's he thinking here? He springboards. He just drop kicked the ladder right out of the ring. And he drop kicked Phoenix right off the side there. Wait a second. Orion James with the shoulder thrust there to the outside. Big powerbomb right next to the table. If he had just moved it to the right just a little bit, that would have went through that table out there. And this is right in front of me, ladies and gentlemen. And this is right in front of me. And now Phoenix using his experience in the ring to really work over Orion James. And now, right here in front of me, Orion James, right in front of my announce table here. And Phoenix now bringing Orion James back into the ring and choking him on the apron, just choking him. Showing no regard whatsoever for Orion James's well-being. And it's kind of upsetting. And now Phoenix is starting to have his way with Orion James. Phoenix hits the top rope, leaps off, 450 splash right through the table there. And I think at this point, Orion James is just being punished for his win over Phoenix on episode 16. And I don't think that's good at all. That's not good at all. And Orion James back to his feet, still showing he's got fight left in him, and that's important. It's important that he still has fight. And now, a ladder right to the face in the corner there with nowhere to go. And now Orion James starting to get some momentum going. I think if Orion James starts focusing and he hits a couple of big moves on Phoenix, he can put Phoenix away. Orion James starting to climb the ladder. The ladder is not positioned to grab the title right now. Orion James to the top, leaps off, big cross body there. A huge cross body from Orion James. And now the ladder is positioned to where Orion James could potentially grab the title. And now Phoenix climbing up much quicker than Orion James. And a flurry of strikes here from the two of them. And Orion James just basic slaps him. Wait a second. Orion James with that neck breaker from the top of the ladder. And as you saw, Orion James gingerly getting back up. What is Orion James doing? He should have climbed the ladder. He had Phoenix down. He should have climbed. Oh, wait a second. Orion James setting up a table on the outside again. And now, Orion James, you got to believe he's looking for something. He's got to be looking for something. And now, Orion James, big kick right off the side of the apron there. Orion James, a springboard to the outside. You don't see that very often. Throwing caution to the wind like that. And right now, it is all Orion James. He is all over Phoenix. And I don't think Phoenix knows what to do in this situation. Orion James leg drop on the apron there. Like I said, this kid, he can win the Adrenaline Championship tonight. I know he's got what it takes. We all know he has what it takes. We've seen what he did. He tapped out the champion. Orion James motioning for something. The fans are feeling it. I'm not sure what he's thinking here. And Orion James Frankensteiner out of the corner there. And now, wait a second. Oh, he got caught by Phoenix. Phoenix on the shoulders here. The go to sleep. Phoenix climbing the ladder here. He is climbing. He's trying to get that title. Phoenix has his hands on it, but he's slipping off. And now Phoenix is trying to win this, but Orion James back to his feet, starting to climb. And oh, Phoenix fell off the ladder. Orion James could grab this, and wait a second, Orion James, a big elbow drop from the top of the ladder down onto the chest of Phoenix. Orion James with a huge leap there. And now Orion James again calling for something. A quick kick to the abdomen there. Oh, and that running super kick. A beautiful running super kick. And now Orion James, a flurry of kicks, just basic kicks that will definitely hurt you. And now what is Orion James? Orion James, flurry of kicks in the corner here. Orion James is feeling it, and I'm liking it. I think that the fans here tonight are liking it as well, as they're giving their feedback. Oh, and Phoenix with a vicious stomp on Orion James as he was getting in the ring, and Phoenix now with that flipping clothesline. What is Phoenix thinking here? Phoenix runs in with a big running drop kick in the corner. And Phoenix runs in, big running drop kick with the steel chair right in the face. And again, Phoenix taunting. Just taunting Orion James. I think that Phoenix is jealous. I think he's mad because Orion James is still in this. He's still competing. And now Orion James has Phoenix backed into the corner again. And oh, an attempted knee there, but Phoenix countered. Phoenix leaps off, big float over neck breaker. Wait a second, what is Phoenix? Phoenix is looking for something, I think. I'm not sure what he's looking for here. He whips Orion James back into the corner. And now Phoenix, big right hand. A huge right hand. And now Phoenix has Orion James up, and a big superplex there right to the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, this matchup is very physically demanding, especially for these Adrenaline superstars. Because they're all a much smaller weight class, but Orion James back to his feet. He may be kind of groggy, and oh, a big drop kick there from Orion James. He fell into the ladder, left him groggy. And now we're seeing Phoenix do what he does, and just drop kicking Orion James right back to the outside. And what is Phoenix going to do? Phoenix now setting up the ladder. As you see, Phoenix starting to climb the ladder a lot slower. He doesn't have the speed he had before. And now what's Orion James went around to the other side. He's climbing. Phoenix has his hands on that briefcase again. But Orion James with a big kick to the side of the head. Orion James, a big drop kick off the side of the ladder. And Phoenix back to his feet, but he was left groggy there. And now what's Orion James going to do? He's got Phoenix back in that corner. Orion James on the apron here. A big left hand there. Wait a second. That table is set up. Orion James with a huge superplex right through the table to the outside. I did not expect to see that, ladies and gentlemen. Orion James, you should have went in the ring, young man. You should have just climbed that ladder. And now Phoenix showing that the mistake that Orion James may have made. And Phoenix with that face buster. And now what is Phoenix doing here? Phoenix again taunting Orion James. He's got Orion James up in that Northern Lights driver. Nothing fancy about it, just dropping him right on his head. And now Phoenix setting up the ladder again. Phoenix trying to reach for the belt, but his positioning was off. And Phoenix leaps to the outside, and he did not get all of it. He did miss. He missed as he was trying to catch Orion James. A big standing drop kick from Phoenix here. And now Phoenix, a Hurricane Rana to Orion James. I guess Phoenix is just going to cause some more pain. And again, I think Phoenix is looking for it. He's got Orion James up again, and he just planted him right on the top of his head. I think Phoenix is just trying to end this matchup. He just wants to get this matchup done. I think Phoenix is tired of hurting right now. He's got his hands on the title now. But Orion James coming back into the ring. And he missed there. And now Orion James, a big clubbing blow. And just knocking Phoenix right off the top of the ladder there. And now a beautiful float over Hurricane Rana from Orion James. Can Orion James weather the storm? An eye gouge from the current Adrenaline champion. And now Phoenix moonsault out of the corner here. And now what is Phoenix gonna do? Phoenix, a kick to the abdomen, and again that face buster. Wait a second, it looks like Phoenix might be looking for it again. He's looking for that Northern Lights driver. He's got Orion James up, Northern Lights driver right to the side of the skull. You gotta believe that's gotta be it. Orion, you gotta get up here. Phoenix now has his hands on the title, and he pulled it down, and this matchup is over. Orion James so close to capturing the Adrenaline championship. And Phoenix somehow pulled it out and retained his championship belt. I mean, congratulations to Phoenix. Although he got worked tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He got worked by Orion James. And now Phoenix, much like at Urban Warfare, the king of the ladder, or the ladder match type variant. As you see here, again, showing off the title to the fans, saying that he did it again. And you can't really take anything away from Phoenix. He is a defending champion. He successfully defended his championship against Orion James. But I really do believe, ladies and gentlemen, Orion James should have became the champion tonight. And that was an exciting match, but ladies and gentlemen, the show does have to move on. Up next, the Internet Championship, a last man standing match. It's going to feature Bryson and Damian Gamer. Bryson, who took a month off, he took time off to I guess get his head straight, and then just less than 48 hours ago, he just tapped out to Orion James, to the OJ lock. So I don't know, can Bryson get the job done tonight against Damian Gamer? Damian Gamer sporting a very, very nice green trunks tonight. That's very, very, very impressive, very, very nice looking. And like I had said before, we had started a little joke about Bryson stealing Orion James's hair, and Bryson didn't take too kind to that. He had blocked me on Twitter, and management made him unblock me, thank God. But anyways, so Damian Gamer looks like he is ready. He's ready to dish out a beating to Bryson. And Bryson, he's here. He's here now. I mean, he's coming out. So he's showing up. That's good that he's here. I just don't know if Bryson is ready. I don't know if Bryson is ready to weather the storm of Damian Gamer. Because Damian Gamer is, like I've said numerous times, one of the most popular superstars in the power plant currently. He is currently one of the most popular superstars. He has so much fire behind him. He's got so much aggression when he does his moves. And Bryson, I don't think Bryson can capitalize in these big title environments. I really don't. So my pick for this matchup, I'm going to have, and I know I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I'm going to have to go with Damian Gamer. I'm going to give Damian Gamer the champion's advantage here and say that Damian Gamer is going to be the last man standing after this matchup. I don't think Bryson's going to win this. I just don't think he's ready. And we're about to find out, because our official is now showing Damian Gamer and Bryson the Internet Championship. This is the second time Bryson has had an opportunity to fight for this. And here we go. And right from the get-go, Damian Gamer front face lock. Oh, and a quick uppercut to Bryson. And Gamer right with the strikes, but Bryson quickly counters. And now Bryson using some newly acquired techniques here. Shoulder thrusts in the corner, and then the clubbing blow right to the small of the back. And there is no love lost between these two. No doubt about that. There's no love lost. I mean, they have had bad blood with each other since the relaunch of Frontline. And as you saw, Bryson, basic raised knee lift, but that will definitely knock you for a loop, no doubt about it. And Bryson missed wildly with that elbow into a side wrist lock here. And Gamer, like I was saying, Gamer is so aggressive. He's so aggressive. And so he's got to be able to do something here against Bryson. And now Bryson, with that arm breaker. Nothing fancy about it. And Bryson now pointing to Gamer. And Gamer, beautiful standing drop kick there, showing Bryson not to get too arrogant, especially against the Internet Champion. Bryson gets caught with that float over neck breaker. And this is what I'm talking about. If Gamer gets on a roll, then it's going to be bad for Bryson. A beautiful, beautiful clothesline there from Gamer to Bryson. And Bryson trying a flurry of elbows here, trying to get something going. But Gamer is he's dishing out the pain to Bryson. He's beating on Bryson very, very badly. And like I was saying, Bryson's got to do something. He's got to get momentum in his favor. And Bryson now going to work on the arms. But Gamer shutting him down as he tries to keep the momentum in his favor. And Damian Gamer is not a pushover of a champion. He's been competing weekly ever since Urban Warfare. Bryson took almost a month off before he came back and did a couple of matches, and now he's here in a title match. And now Gamer into the corner there with a big bulldog. And what is Bryson gonna do? What can Bryson do in this situation? Because right now Damian Gamer is looking very comfortable as he's laying the punches and the suplexes and all kinds of moves onto Bryson. So Bryson's got to do something. He's got to get himself back into this. Otherwise, this is going to be a very short last man standing match. Bryson rolled out of the ring, now taunting to Gamer. But Gamer not having any of it tonight. A flurry of strikes there. And I would expect no less from the current internet champion. And now Bryson trying to get a little bit of something going. Bryson elbow right on the apron there. And now Bryson has the steel steps, slides him into the ring, but Gamer was already back to his feet, got caught with the float over neck breaker again. And now Gamer, wait a second, that fisherman suplex right onto the steel steps there. Bryson introduced the steps and he paid the price. And now, what is Gamer thinking? Gamer whips Bryson to the corner. What is Gamer doing with those? What's he going to do? Oh, God! Steel steps right to the back. And now, the referee starting his count. He's already up to a 3 count here. Bryson not even moving around, up to a 4. Bryson trying to move a little bit. And wait a second. Bryson with a backdrop onto the steel steps. Gamer was untying the turnbuckle pad there. And oh, a big running clothesline from Damian Gamer. And now the referee again counting. Just a basic clothesline is taking Bryson down for a period of time where he can't get up instantly. And now Bryson out of the ring here as Gamer is pulling a table out. And oh, wow. As you saw, Bryson, big right hand. Oh, it's the table right to the abdomen. Bryson now setting up that table. And now, what's Gamer doing? Gamer whipped Bryson right into the barricade. Headbutt in the corner of the barricade there. And the barricade has no give. It's not like being in the ring where you can use the ropes as a way to kind of protect you. And Bryson's, not really moving. And wait a second, he got back up. Gamer leaped off, flying flip over neck breaker there from Damian Gamer. And now Gamer looks like he's going to send Bryson back into the ring here. And no, again, he just threw Bryson back into the back barricade corner here. They're right next to me, right to my left, and Bryson's trying to fight into this. Bryson, a big elbow right across the chin, and an elbow across the chin will definitely cause you some unwanted pain. It'll definitely make you feel like it's hurting quite a bit. And now Gamer there with that lifting Uranagi. And now, wait a second, Gamer has the ring bell here, and that's not going to be good for Bryson. Gamer swinging for the fences with the ring bell, and Gamer just he's on fire tonight. That's just the way it is. Gamer's on fire. And wait a second, Bryson countered. And now Bryson, big left hand, or big right hand there. Now Bryson, a flurry of strikes here in the corner. Wait a second, what is Bryson going to do? An elbow right to the top of the head again. Wait a second, Bryson has Gamer. He's got, a big counter there from Gamer. And Bryson just caught Gamer with the power slam from the top rope right into the corner of those steps. I think Gamer's hurting. The referee starting his count. As you see, Bryson starting to taunt again, telling the referee to count faster. We're up to a 4 count already. And here's the 5. Gamer's got to get back to his feet. We're up to 7. 8. Gamer, you got to get up. I was going to say, you cannot. I don't want to see this match end off with just that power slam. And Gamer, you don't see that very often, but when you do, that's when you know he's looking to hurt somebody, because he plants and drops them right on their head. And now, what is Gamer whips Bryson right into those steel steps and uses the steel steps to trip him. Gamer now realizing that he can have some fun here. He's got Bryson at a point where, basic moves are keeping Bryson down. And Bryson's got to be aggressive. He's got to keep on Damian Gamer because Damian Gamer is schooling him right now. No doubt about that. Nobody in attendance is denying that at all because Bryson is getting schooled. And now Gamer setting up a table. And that worries me. But that's positioned very, very, very interestingly here. And now Gamer putting Bryson up on the top turnbuckle. And now Gamer, he's got this jawbreaker. It looks like a big, big jawbreaker there. Bryson has not had much offense. He's got to get something going. Otherwise, it's going to equal another loss for him. And, oh, a big clubbing blow to the back there. And, oh, again, Gamer countered. I mean, these two are very evenly matched, but it's just Gamer has the experience. He's got the know-how here. You know, he doesn't have any ring rust. He's been competing weekly. And now, wait a second, a big flapjack there from Damian Gamer to Bryson. And now, what's Damian Gamer? He's looking for that T-bone. T-bone right through the table there. Bryson didn't have anywhere to go except for through the table or onto the steel steps. And now Gamer has a chair. He's setting up a chair for something. Oh, wait a second. A kick. And then, oh my God, that was a skull-shattering DDT onto a steel chair. I think Bryson may be out. Bryson face first on the mat. I don't think Bryson's going to get up anytime soon. And as you see, Damian Gamer just taunting. You're up to 6, 7. Oh, and Bryson got back to his feet somehow. But Damian Gamer is looking for the leg switch. And wait a second. Damian Gamer, he's calling for it again, it looks like. No, Damian Gamer. Beautiful, beautiful game over. I think this might be it. And now Bryson has to try to get to his feet as Damian Gamer now taunting. Damian Gamer getting ready to begin celebrating retaining his internet championship against Bryson. This will be 2 times in a row that Damian Gamer has successfully defended his championship. We're up to 7, 8. I think that this one is in the bag. We're up to a 9 and he got picked up. And oh, big clothesline there by Damian Gamer. I think Damian Gamer knows he's got this matchup in the bag. He wants to have a little bit more fun, but no, Bryson starting to get a little bit of something going. Not much, but a little bit. Bryson, there's a stomp right to the arm. And now what is Bryson going to do? Bryson whips Gamer to the far corner. Bryson running in. A big boot in the corner here. Wait a second. Bryson, what is he doing? Bryson's this rock bottom type move. Bryson has Damian Gamer. Oh, right on the steel chair there. And now Bryson telling the referee to keep counting. He wants to see the referee count. Bryson, and we're up to a 5 count. You got to get up, Gamer. And wait a second, Gamer starting to get back to his feet, but Bryson starting to stalk him here. Bryson again with that rock bottom type move. And now Bryson again taunting to the fans and taunting to the referee, saying to start the count. You know, the question is, though, can Damian Gamer get up? Damian, if you can get up, you need to get up because we're up to a 5 count. And again, Bryson telling the referee to count fast. We're up to 7, 8. We're at a 9. And Bryson has became the new internet champion. As you see, Bryson not coming out of this unscathed. He got his butt handed to him most of this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody will ever deny that. Damian Gamer dished out the pain. Unfortunately, Damian Gamer was unable to get to his feet to the 10 count. And so we have to congratulate Bryson on becoming the internet champion. Thus far, out of our 3 title matches, Bryson, the only one that caused the title to change hands. And that is unfortunate for Damian Gamer. I was really pulling for Damian Gamer in this matchup. And unfortunately now we get to see Bryson as the TPP Internet Champion.
And up next, ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the evening.
Extreme versus Craig Hazard TPP Championship Extreme Rules matchup. This could possibly be Extreme's last opportunity to fight for the TPP Championship. And the downside to this for Extreme is, you know, he had an opportunity at Urban Warfare, and he came up short. And Craig Hazard coming out first tonight, looking to also sporting a unique attire for this street fight type match. And the fans still go crazy every time they hear Craig Hazard's theme song. I still get so jittery every time. I never get tired of seeing Craig Hazard get into the ring. It never, ever happens. And so I'm definitely looking forward to, I'm looking forward to seeing Craig Hazard, beat the crap out of Extreme again tonight. That's what I'm looking forward to. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm putting my vote in Craig Hazard. I think Craig Hazard's going to win, and I hope I'm right. I really do, because Craig Hazard, the most deserving TPP champion we have ever had. This young, like I've said numerous times, this young man has waited. He waited and waited and waited, and he was finally given his opportunity, and he is running with it, ladies and gentlemen. That is what he's doing. He is running with it, no doubt about it. And Extreme, I'm not trying to take anything away from Extreme. He's got impressive in-ring ability at certain times, but the past 6 months or so have just not. I talked about this a lot on the pre-show, but the past 6 months for Extreme have not been the best 6 months of his career. They've been some of the worst months of his career, and he needs to get back to a position where he's comfortable. And I think he was better off being friendly with the fans instead of feeling that he's better than the fans. I mean, Extreme could be a great champion. He could be a great superstar. But he's trash talking the fans too much. He feels that he's been held back, and now he's being given these title opportunities, and he still comes up short. And it's almost time to get this matchup underway. False count, and I believe this is false count anywhere. This is a false count anywhere matchup. So Extreme has got to pull this win out tonight. Otherwise, he's going to be laughed at for losing to Craig Hazard twice, because there's no doubt about it. Craig Hazard is smaller than Extreme. No doubt about that, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. And I'm interested to see what's going to happen here. In a standing tie-up, and Extreme gets the better of the situation, switches position to the side headlock, and attempts that elbow, but Craig Hazard shutting him down. And Craig Hazard now switching position into the side headlock. And just a standing side headlock there. Just a side headlock takedown. Nothing too fancy, but it worked. And this is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Even in the early going here, Craig Hazard already building the momentum that he's known to have as he wrestles in matches. He's known to have this kind of momentum and to be able to dish out this kind of pain. And Extreme went for a big boot, but Craig Hazard sidestepped it. And now Craig Hazard starting with the flurry of strikes. And look at this, Craig Hazard right in the corner there. Oh, a big right hand. And again, Craig Hazard, a flurry of strikes in the corner. And when you think about it, Craig Hazard is much, much smaller than Extreme. No doubt about that at all. I mean, Craig Hazard, 225, maybe 230 pounds. Extreme, 280, 285 pounds. That's at least a 60-pound difference. And right now, Extreme is getting slapped around the ring. He runs in, but Extreme, just like that,
switches momentum into his favor with that one-handed spine buster. And I've said this before too, but when he says one-handed spine, when he does that one-handed spine buster, it literally is one-handed. There's no two hands to it. And Extreme, a basic trip, nothing fancy. And now slicking his hair back. Big elbow drop there, smacking the mat. Extreme hooks the far leg. One, and only a 1 count for Extreme as he's trying to work down Craig Hazard. And Extreme, a few strikes here, but Craig Hazard, a thigh kick, a kick right to the thigh. And now Extreme starting to, use his strength. And if Extreme uses his strength the right way, then this can work to his favor, it can benefit him. But Craig Hazard not backing down, a beautiful Sato suplex there. Craig Hazard with that front face suplex, a big uppercut. As Extreme was coming to a vertical base, he got a big uppercut. Extreme again caught Craig Hazard, that time a 180-degree rotation to cover 1, 2, a 2 count for Extreme. Extreme off the ropes, Craig Hazard catches him. We see this numerous times happen to Extreme, but he gets caught in those arm drags. And then Craig Hazard flying Mayonora. That is a trademark plethora of moves from Craig Hazard into the cover 2. A 2 count for Craig Hazard. And now again with those thigh kicks. And Extreme tried to strike his way out of it, but it just did not work. And now Craig Hazard, a flurry of kicks right to the thigh. And I would not be surprised if Extreme's thigh swells up and becomes black and blue, because those thigh kicks, they hurt. And the more damage Extreme takes to the legs, the easier it's going to be for Craig Hazard to bounce around the ring. And now Craig Hazard, eats a big standing side kick there from Extreme. Extreme taunting, but Craig Hazard already back to his feet. And Craig Hazard just spit right in the face of Extreme. He spit right in his face and said, "Don't even try to taunt me, son." And now Craig Hazard building some momentum here, corner to corner. Big standing back heel kick there. Craig Hazard off the ropes. And now stomping away on Craig Hazard, or on Extreme. And now Craig Hazard going for his 3 jumping elbows. Extreme getting back to his feet. He gets caught again with that one-handed spine buster from Extreme. And now Extreme, a kick to the abdomen. Wait a second, Extreme, this is very early in the match. Extreme, we haven't seen this in a while. The derailer hooks the far leg. He's looking for an early end here. 1, 2, almost a 3 count for Extreme. Extreme off the ropes. Craig Hazard catches Extreme, float over neck breaker. And now Craig Hazard again, his 3 jumping elbows, and that first elbow, he hits the ropes. When he hits the ropes, he bounces from the rope and just drops his elbow on you immediately to cause pain. And now Craig Hazard calling Extreme to his feet. He leaps in with that float over neck breaker, hooks the far leg. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Craig Hazard. And I cannot believe what I'm seeing thus far. I mean, I honestly thought that Extreme almost got it when he did that derailer, but as you see, Extreme holding his abdomen, runs in with a big boot in the corner there. And now Extreme taunting the fans, and as this match progresses, Extreme just using his strength, but Craig Hazard wisely and quickly was able to counter. Craig Hazard runs in, and Extreme just went face first right into the corner of my announce table here. Craig Hazard going to the top rope. He's stalking Extreme. He's waiting for Extreme to stand up. He leaps off a sign moonsault to the outside. And now hooks the far leg. 1, 2.
And only a 2 count. This matchup, as it moves on, you got to wonder who it's going to benefit more. And Craig Hazard using, my announce table as a weapon here. And, okay, so Craig Hazard now tearing apart my announce table. I think he's trying to make a point for Extreme here. He's got Extreme, in a very tricky situation here right on my announce table. Craig Hazard, he's looking for something. Wait a second. Craig Hazard, a big leaping elbow drop through my announce table right in front of me here. Craig Hazard hooks the far leg. 1, 2. Only a 2 count for Craig Hazard as Extreme somehow was able to kick out. And this is our special TPP cam here right in front of the action. And now Craig Hazard, he's got to do something. He just whipped Extreme into that barricade. And now Craig Hazard, a big headbutt in the corner there. And Craig Hazard looking for some weapons under the ring. This matchup went from being just a basic wrestling match to now being this hardcore brawl. Craig Hazard has the ladder. And Extreme kicked the ladder right into Craig Hazard. And just dissecting, just kicking steel into somebody else. That's not very friendly for Extreme to do. And now Extreme with that tossed Craig Hazard right into the ladder. The side of his head hit the ladder there. 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Extreme as our resilient TPP champion Craig Hazard still sticking into it. And Craig Hazard using the ladder as a weapon. And this is what I love seeing. And he just hit Extreme right in the side of the head as he was throwing the ladder, getting ready to throw the ladder into the ring. And it bounced right off of Extreme's head. And now, wait a second, Craig Hazard, what's he going to do here? Craig Hazard springboards with a big moonsault. And now, wait a second. Craig Hazard, shades of what happened at Urban Warfare. He just asked that fan for his drink. Hopefully that fan does not have any sexually transmitted diseases. Craig Hazard took a drink and spits it out to the fans. Craig Hazard loves the TPP universe, and the TPP universe loves Craig Hazard, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt about that at all. And Extreme back to his feet. As you see, he's gingerly holding his ribs. And he's definitely got to be hurting. No doubt about it. And now Extreme, an elbow to the face, and then a side Russian leg sweep. And now Extreme setting up the table. And now Extreme with the side wrist lock here. What's he going to do? Nothing fancy about this, just a hanging neck breaker on the outside. And I said this earlier tonight, but that mat is not a thick mat at all. It's a very thin mat, and underneath that mat is nothing but cement, ladies and gentlemen. And Craig Hazard starting to do some work. He's got to get something going here against Extreme. Extreme is ready to try to dish out some pain here. And Hazard moving around the table, it looks like. And Extreme quickly getting on the aggressive side. He has Hazard into the barricade. And wait a second, what is Extreme doing? Extreme with a big spear right through the barricade. My arena is being torn apart, ladies and gentlemen. Craig Hazard and Extreme are tearing the Blood and Glory arena apart. We have a broken announce table, a broken barricade into the cover here too. Almost a 3 count. Craig Hazard somehow able to kick out, and Extreme went in full head of steam and got caught with the quick arm drag. And normally I wouldn't say I mind my arena getting torn up, but right now I'm kind of enjoying it. So that this is a pretty entertaining destroying of my my ringside area. But Craig Hazard, what's he looking for here? Craig Hazard thinking about something. Wait a second. The fans just erupted. Springboard, drop kick through the table goes Extreme. Extreme just fell right through that table. And now Craig Hazard hooks the far leg. Referee is taking too long. 1, 2. If the referee had just been a little bit quicker, you gotta believe that was over. As you saw Craig Hazard looking the referee dead in the eyes saying, "Why did you take so long?" And the referee now may become the center of attention here. Extreme, that lifting choke toss. And Extreme now taunting here. Feeling very good about himself. But one thing Extreme needs to keep in mind, he has been getting his butt whipped this entire match. And Extreme needs to do something big. Extreme kick to the wait a second. Extreme, we saw this before, that jackknife powerbomb and that was on the outside. This might be it, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, almost a 3 count, but Craig Hazard somehow, some way kicked out the resiliency of the TPP champion. That's all there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. Pure resiliency from Craig Hazard. The amazing ability he has to kick out in these high pressure situations. Big running clothesline from Craig Hazard there. And now Craig Hazard, a quick schoolboy, 1. Only a 1 count, and Extreme throttled his body out. And Craig Hazard right onto the broken parts of the table there. That one-handed spinebuster. 1, 2, almost a 3 count, but Craig Hazard is able to kick out. And now Craig Hazard starting to get something. He's starting to get the wheels turning in his head into a standing tie-up. Craig Hazard better of the situation, and as the match progresses, like I said, I think it benefits Craig Hazard. It benefits Extreme in the strength department, but it benefits Craig Hazard in the endurance part of it. And Extreme here with this seated single-leg Boston Crab. Can Craig Hazard withstand this? Can he get out of it? Can he do something? There's no rope breaks. You've either got to tap out or you have to reverse the submission hold. Unfortunately, Extreme is a very big guy, but Craig Hazard has some very strong legs, and he's able to kick his way out of it, thank God. And now Craig Hazard stomping away on Extreme, not showing any remorse for him. And Craig Hazard whips Extreme to the corner, bounces out, and now Craig Hazard, beautiful, beautiful backbreaker there. And Craig Hazard again stomping away on Extreme. That is what Craig Hazard is doing. He's stomping a mud hole right now. Craig Hazard, flurry of strikes, but Extreme counters. And now Extreme belly to back, a very quick belly to back. And now Extreme grabbing the ladder, bringing it into the ring here. Extreme using the ladder to his advantage. And what is Extreme going to do here? Extreme whips Craig Hazard to the corner. What is he thinking here? Extreme big right hand. Extreme whips Craig Hazard. Right into that ladder, and Craig Hazard just bounced right out of the corner there. 1, 2, only a 2 count though for Extreme. Extreme hits the ropes. You gotta believe he's going for that kick, but Craig Hazard was able to sidestep that. And now again, Craig Hazard back on the aggressive, and now Craig Hazard, a big pullback Hurricane Rana to Extreme. Craig Hazard is, you got to believe Craig Hazard is trying to soften Extreme up. He wants to do the vertebreaker. He wants to hit that vertebreaker. Big running knee, followed up by the Bulldog. That is vintage Craig Hazard. And now what is Craig Hazard going to do here? He thought about it with the ladder, but then he put it back. I'm not sure what he was thinking. What is Craig Hazard going to... wait a second. Craig Hazard just repositioned that ladder sideways. You heard the fans erupt. Craig Hazard off the ropes. Extreme catches Craig Hazard with that one-handed spine buster again. Hooked into the cover. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though, for Extreme. And a quick abdomen kick there from Craig Hazard. That'll definitely switch the momentum. And now Craig Hazard has Extreme on his shoulders and drops him back with a flapjack, using the ladder as a weapon. 1, 2, almost a 3 count, but somehow Extreme kicks out. And whether you like Extreme or not, in this matchup, Craig Hazard is making Extreme look like a formidable opponent. And now Extreme has Craig Hazard on his shoulder and then using the ladder as a weapon. And now Extreme slicking his hair back again. That jumping elbow drop slaps the mat. What can Extreme do in this situation here? And wait a second, Extreme with the Cobra Clutch. He's wrenching on it. He's definitely wrenching on it. Will Craig Hazard be able to get out of this chokehold? A modified chokehold is what this is. Can Craig Hazard get out of this submission, or will he submit? And Craig Hazard is trying, and Craig Hazard elbows And then a beautiful, beautiful judo throw there. Craig Hazard makes a beautiful transition right back, a transition into a submission here. That cross arm breaker. And Extreme not able to move around. But Extreme's got to use that upper body strength that he's known to have. And he does. He's able to get out of the submission hold. Extreme off the ropes. Runs in, big elbow drop. Craig Hazard back to his feet though. And now Extreme big pullback elbow hooks the far leg. Only a 1 count for Extreme. And now Craig Hazard pullback Hurricane Rana. And now what's Craig Hazard? A big right hand dropping Extreme, dropping the 6'6" monster. And now again, Craig Hazard, that big right hand, just leveling, just lining up, leveling Extreme. Big right hand. And now wait a second, Craig Hazard, clothesline right to the outside, using his own body as his vessel, as his weapon of choice. And now Craig Hazard tripping Extreme with the steel steps. We've seen broken tables. We have broken announce tables. We have broken barricades. This is getting intense, ladies and gentlemen. And wait a second. Craig Hazard going to return the favor to Extreme right through the barricade. That's 2 barricade corners that have been broken in this matchup. Somebody is going to have some broken limbs by the time this night is over. And Craig Hazard keeping on the offensive. He's no wasted motion at all for Craig Hazard. He's doing what he knows he has to do to make sure to keep that title around his waist. And again, he just threw Extreme back first, then that headbutt into the barricade there. And now Craig Hazard going on the apron here, heading to the top rope. He leaps off, and he missed. He missed, and Extreme's going to try to capitalize. 1, 2, only a 2 count though. Again, the resiliency of the TPP champion is phenomenal, and a basic scoop slam from Extreme, followed up by that jumping knee drop. What can Extreme do in this situation to beat the TPP champion? That is the question. And now Extreme under the ring looking for something. But Craig Hazard is back to his feet. And a kick right to the abdomen from Craig Hazard. And it looked like Extreme got a steel chair there. And Craig Hazard, looking to use that steel chair right on the apron, did not work the way he had wanted. And Extreme hot shot right to the outside. Wait a second, Extreme has that ladder. He's setting it up. I don't think Extreme should take any risks that he wouldn't need to. But Craig Hazard just pushed the ladder and knocked Extreme right over. And Craig Hazard again back on the offense. A quick duck under here. And that jumping kick there. You see all the weapons in the ring flying around. And the reason that's happening, Extreme is a very big guy. A very, very big guy. And Craig Hazard with the steel chair here. Wait a second, what is Craig Hazard going to do? Craig Hazard a punch right to the abdomen. Wait a second, that's a DDT right on the steel chair. That may be it. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2. Oh my God, that was so close to a 3. And Craig Hazard somehow, some way. Extreme now trying to pick apart the pieces here. A big forearm right to the back. And now Extreme starting to get a little bit of momentum. And this TPP universe is not liking this. Extreme tried a flurry of strikes, but it did not work as Craig Hazard was ready. And Craig Hazard, that jumping spinning wheel kick. That will definitely stop any momentum you have going. Wait a second, Craig Hazard has positioned that chair very, very interestingly in the corner there. And Craig Hazard, what's he going to do? Craig Hazard, a big right hand there to Extreme. What is Craig Hazard thinking here? Craig Hazard whips Extreme to the corner. A big back chop from Craig Hazard. And another back chop. What is Craig Hazard going to do? He turns Extreme upside down. Oh, wait a second. Extreme quickly got out of harm's way there. You got to believe Craig Hazard was looking for something big. And luckily for Extreme, he got himself out of the way. But those flurry of kicks and punches and strikes from Craig Hazard, those definitely do not feel good. And Extreme showing a little bit of life left in him, able to counter. And now Extreme with that toss right into the ladder part again. And Extreme, he might be lining up that bro kick. I think that's what he's doing. Extreme off the ropes, goes in, bro kick. A huge bro kick. That may be it. Hooks the far leg. 1, 2, almost a 3 count, but somehow Craig Hazard able to kick out. Off the ropes. Oh, Extreme got caught again with that quick arm drag. Flying Mayonnaise from Craig Hazard. The ladder flew out of the ring. Wait a second. Craig Hazard, you got to believe he's looking for the vertebreaker here. Craig Hazard off the ropes. A thigh kick again. Again, a thigh kick.
And Craig Hazard again with that quick arm drag. And now Craig Hazard whips Extreme to the corner. Extreme bounced right out of that corner there. And now Craig Hazard again into the corner. Oh, and a big running clothesline here. And Craig Hazard starting to pick up the pace. Craig Hazard again. No. Oh, pulled Extreme right back into that knee. Wait a second. Craig Hazard has that steel chair. What is Craig Hazard going to do? Oh, Extreme with a forearm right to the back. And now Extreme has the steel chair. Extreme now setting up the chair. Extreme going to run in. Big right hand there. And again, a big right hand. And a third right hand from Extreme. Extreme's got to do something. You got to believe he hits another bro kick or maybe that jackknife powerbomb. You got to believe that this matchup will be over. And Extreme trying to get something going for him. That's what he's got to do. He's got to do something in this matchup. He's got to make something happen. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to win. And Extreme is doing some work on the arms now of Craig Hazard. And Craig Hazard, much needed reversal into the side headlock. And now Craig Hazard starting to get a little bit of momentum going. Wait a second. Craig Hazard. Oh, wait, Extreme reverses. No, Craig Hazard jumped. Oh, Extreme ran right into that steel chair off the ropes. But, oh, Extreme with a big clothesline turned Craig Hazard inside out. And now Extreme, you got to believe he's looking for that kick again. Oh, wait a second. No, Extreme, he's going to do it with the jackknife powerbomb there. Extreme hooks the far leg. Is this it? 1, 2. Oh, my God, and a 2 count. So close to a 3, but Craig Hazard again catches Extreme with that quick arm drag. And again he catches him. And then Craig Hazard getting starting to pick, like I said, he was starting to pick up the pace. He's getting in the flow here. He missed with his kick. And Extreme ran back in, but ran again into another arm drag. Extreme's lower back is starting to turn red from all the times he's been hitting the mat. And now Craig Hazard, like I said, he's starting to pick up the pace. He's trying to get back into a flow here because Extreme, in this matchup, Extreme has been able to partially stop some of the momentum swings that Craig Hazard was having, but Craig Hazard still keeping good faith, and as you see, Craig Hazard still has enough time to taunt to the TPP universe. And now Craig Hazard has Extreme in the corner. Oh, big running knee, followed up by the Bulldog. And wait a second, Craig Hazard, you gotta believe he's looking for a dose of reality right on Extreme's skull, right on his head. And now Craig Hazard has the steel chair. He just positioned that steel chair on top of Extreme. What is Craig Hazard gonna do? Craig Hazard looking for the Hazard zone, the double shooting star press, hooks the far leg. 1, 2, 3, and Craig Hazard retains the TPP Championship tonight at Blood and Glory. My prediction was correct. Craig Hazard still the TPP champion, still holding the title highly above his head. It was a valiant effort by Extreme, but Craig Hazard still able to weather the storm. The people's champion, Craig Hazard. It gets no better than having your champion beat Craig Hazard. Ladies and gentlemen, I can only imagine what the future is for Craig Hazard being our TPP champion. I can only imagine, and it has been such a ride tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The past 3 hours, the pre-show, Blood and Glory itself, this has been such an exciting event for me, for everybody here. In TPP Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost out of time for tonight. I hate to say that. I wish that we could just keep this event going continuously, but we are technically out of time. Our airtime is almost up, and I can't believe everything we saw tonight. Bryson, the new internet champion. I can't believe that. Phoenix retained his Adrenaline Championship, and then of course Craig Hazard retaining his TPP Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time for tonight, so make sure to tune in next week. TPP Frontline will be live, and it is an episode you are definitely not going to want to miss. The fallout from Blood and Glory. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everybody from Full Screen and Crater X and TPP Entertainment, I'm Christopher Billings. Have a good night, everyone.